factually correct, but like now you're allowed to actually say things that are factually correct. Because you remember early on in COVID, there was a bunch of people that got banned for just speaking out against the lockdown.
Just questioning it.
They weren't even saying, they were just saying like, obviously, do what you want to do, and like if the state or the federal, government is compelling you to like stay locked down, then you got to do it. But we don't think there's a reason for you to do this for your health. Like that doesn't make any sense. Because you don't normally.
Yeah, it didn't. It never made a lot of sense, dude.
Well, what is it? It's you don't. What is the term for it? Quarantine healthy people. That's not what you do. You quarantine sick people away from healthy people, or you quarantine people who are in extremely high risk away from potential risk. But you don't quarantine just healthy, normal people away from just doing their normal daily stuff. Like that just doesn't. That's not a normal way of keeping people safe during diseases and stuff. Like that just doesn't. That's not a normal.
Yeah, like
way
I said, it was mainly a form of. Oh, get out of there.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. I was listening. Like I said, it was mainly a form of. If our voices were both coming through, so I stopped mid-sentence as I heard people talking on the playback.
Okay. Yeah. I just was checking to make sure it was both of us coming through too. Yeah, so we are both coming through on the playback, so we know that now, both of us.
Yeah, just in case any of the people that I. Yes, it is confirmed. God damn it! What the fuck did I turn up and down here? Okay, no, we're good. No, it was kind of like the playback and what you were saying were kind of syncing up. So, like, when I was hearing you on the playback, it seemed like you were talking to me instead of me hearing what you said 30 seconds ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. It gets confusing because of that little delay when you're just checking.
I'm normally aware of that. Yeah.
Now you know why I get thrown off for just a couple of seconds every start of the show. Because I'm listening to see that we're both talking, and then suddenly we're both talking, and then there's like 4 voices going, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And my brain just goes,
it definitely is. It can definitely be confusing for a few seconds there.
Oh, so
but anyways, we'll see if any of the people that I told about the show actually show up or not.
I wouldn't plan on it. I mean, it's sort of like when YouTubers are like, "Oh, give me a like if you buy this sweater, and if enough likes come in, I'll make this sweater." And then they make the sweater, and then nobody fucking buys it because it's the fucking internet, and everybody's like very enthusiastic, but not actually going to do.
Yeah, they're not great at following through on the things they say.
People
that
are so fucking retarded.
Definitely do.
I swear to
fucking
Christ.
I would definitely, no doubt, would I buy that sweater if it was available.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it becomes available. God damn you, dog.
And then you buy the fucking sweater.
All right.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, he spilled my fucking energy drink. All right,
yeah,
dude,
people keep responding to like this comment I left.
Go ahead. It's okay.
In the stupidest fucking way. And I'm like, because it's like a dude. It was a shooting video. So like a guy shot his daughter's crazy psycho ex, who was trying to break into the front door, and it happened to have occurred in Ohio, which does actually have castle doctrine. And once the kid broke the lock out of the door, that's when the guy shot him. But it was on his front porch, and that's fucking dicey. That's fucking dicey, even in a fucking stand your ground state.
Yeah,
if he's not through the front door.
I mean, what do you think? Yeah,
you can't just open your door and walk out shooting. Like, I'm not saying morally incorrect.
Oh, yeah. No, you've got to cross the threshold after you've broken down a fucking door.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it kind of makes sense, but
no, I'm just saying, like, especially depending on the state. If it's in California, you're going to fucking jail.
Yeah,
you shoot the guy on your doorstep, you're in jail. Don't fuck around, and especially if you walk out and do it. You can't do that shit. You have a duty to retreat or some other bullshit in California, which is why I was saying, like, and on a legal respect, it's dicey. Morally, I have no issue with it. I'm not trying to argue the morality of it at all, and I've made that clear in my comment.
I gotcha.
And I'm just saying, like, hey, depending on the state you're in and what the laws are, this is a real fucking dicey shoot, depending.
Yeah.
Because the lawyers,
yeah,
it's like one of those fucking YouTube lawyers. And I fucking hate those guys because people literally think they're like real lawyers that give good advice. And there are a couple of lawyers on YouTube that are good, but a lot of them are just dumb and flashy, and they're not giving you really... The stuff they're saying is stupid.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, well, you know, in a state with a castle doctor, that's a great idea, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, what? No. You can't just... You should know what your own state laws are. You don't just assume that this idiot on the fucking internet is right.
Yeah, like Legal Eagle seems to be wrong a lot. Like, he doesn't even bother researching shit. And he's super popular, dude. Like, he's got millions of fucking subscribers. Kind of thing. Nick Rekieta is usually pretty solid. Fuck, who's the guy that I keep fucking sharing? The guy that's the lawyer who's literally his last name is Esquire. Legal Mindset.
Yeah. Oh, and in this case, the guy didn't get charged. It went to a grand jury, and they 8-1. They voted for him innocent. Oh, you're breaking up on me. Sorry, you kind of snapped out for a while.
Hold on, yeah, I'm walking. I'm kind of letting him walk around, so I'm not just having him sit in the fucking 94-degree heat as I smoke.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, I know. It was just your voice would cut out for a little bit there. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But yeah, those are the ones that I've noticed that seem to be good. Is Nick Rekieta at Rekieta Law or whatever his channel is. Legal Mindset. Nate the lawyer. He's a black lawyer, dude. He's solid though.
Is that the one I was making fun of? No, I was making fun of Ugo Lord.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, the other one, like I said, Legal Eagle seems to be not overly concerned with, being accurate about shit.
Accurate about the law.
Yeah, it's very odd. But yeah, like I said, those ones are pretty solid. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Yeah, anybody that Rekieta has on his show is usually, if they're a lawyer, they're usually going to be pretty solid. Ty Beard, I don't know what his channel is, but he seems to be all right.
Yeah. But what gets me is that people responding to the comment as if I said that the guy was a scumbag that should be arrested or something.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no, you don't understand. I'm like, no. Did you not read the first paragraph? I'm like, morally, I'm 100% on the guy's side. I think he had every right to fucking shoot the dude. Why should you have to wait until he even breaks out the lock? I honestly think the guy's trying to break into your house. And especially, he's already had history of assaulting your family member. It's like he'd already assaulted the daughter, which is why he was an ex. And he'd been stalking her and stuff. Yeah. Dude comes up and starts trying to break into your house. By all means, don't wait for him to damage your door. Just shoot him before then. Now, legally, that's not how that works. So, and even in castle doctrine states, there's a lot of them where if you're on the outside of the door, it's no longer self-defense. Whether it's locked or not, if you haven't crossed the threshold, that makes a big difference in a lot of these cases. And this guy was, he won. He got off scot-free. He probably had to pay a bunch of money and deal with a bunch of lawyers and bullshit. But that's the sort of standard when you have to shoot somebody at this point in time, sadly. Instead of the police just saying, well, he was self-defense. We don't see a reason to charge him. And the district attorney going, oh, okay, well, good job, buddy.
Stay close.
Yeah, good on you for using your gun properly. We appreciate that you, did our job, keeping the streets safe.
Yeah. You fucking got to kill somebody. It didn't have to be me.
Yeah. But I just feel bad because people watch these fucking idiots and they think like that's the law, and it's like that's not. Your state might not even have a castle doctrine. You don't want to be the one that's fucking in prison because you watched Ugo Lord on fucking YouTube.
Even if you do find someone trustworthy, you should still be fucking fact checking them occasionally to make sure they're not just quoting bullshit. Yeah.
Or to find out maybe they're a piece of shit like Steven Crowder.
About
like Steven Crowder has a lot of stuff that he does on his show is very factually correct. They do the research. But he's a
this is
giant
true.
scumbag piece of shit who fucking treated his wife like a fucking prisoner in the most psychotic way I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Like, which you know what? After seeing that, you know,
Oh,
it sort of removes any doubt about like how he's treated his employees. Like you could say like, hey, maybe it's sour grapes. They don't work there anymore and they're mad. That's an easy one.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, at this point, we've already seen the behavior. There's no really questioning that. Yeah, clearly that's the way he behaves off camera.
Yeah.
It's going to be with his employees as well as his wife. Because he was just
Yeah,
spouting
you give him the
nonsense.
benefit
Like
of
none
the
of
doubt
that
for
made
a
any
long
fucking
time.
sense what he was saying anyway.
Yeah, no, it was very much like borderline / narcissistic, you know, BPD, NPD shit.
It
The
sounded
way he's arguing, like a
cult-like.
fucking woman too. Like he, huh?
It sounded cult-like.
It
Like
sounded what?
there were a lot of
Yeah,
phrases and
yeah.
things he said that clearly were religious in nature and didn't actually mean anything. Except obviously to him and her, because it's like some sort of weird cult fucking language that he's learned in his whatever church he's going to.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's his church. I think it's probably the fucking cult following that he has.
You know what? It's probably
I mean?
his fucking dad.
Yeah, his dad seems to
Because
be
he's
a
a
real
weird fucking
word.
connection with his dad. Like, way more connection than you really expect. Like, his dad's on his show all the time.
Yeah, no, it seems like he's the one that's kind of prodded his son into all of this. Like, I don't doubt that Crowder, I mean, he's...
Oh, Crowder's worked hard and, done his own thing, but his dad clearly is pushing him for,
Yeah. No, I mean,
to
Crowder...
be fair, Crowder's making really fucking good money doing it. So his dad's not wrong in that respect. His dad fucking chose correctly. His son's making a bunch of fucking money. Look at the fucking house he was living in.
Like Tiger Woods, dude. Like, his dad was on his ass constantly for him to fucking play golf fucking really well. You know what I mean? Like, since he was a kid, like, he was on the Tonight Show or whatever. I think it was the Tonight Show. I don't know, when he was like 5 or something, like really young.
Oh, that's weird when you think about it, because I'm pretty sure I saw his clip on the Tonight Show when he was a little kid, like, live, when it happened. Because I'm so much older than Tiger Woods is. Like, I saw when he was a little kid on the Tonight Show, and then I saw him in the PGA fucking destroying at golf.
Yeah. It made him fucking, essentially the greatest golfer of all time, or definitely in the discussion.
It also, unfortunately, instilled in him a desperate, urgent need to fuck Denny's waitresses.
Yeah. Well, it was. It was.
I've never given a shit that he fucked a bunch of waitresses. That's between him and his wife. I don't fucking care.
No, it was just any tail. It could be high end tail or low end tail. It's all pussy's pussy for him. It would appear.
Well, it just makes him a smart guy. Because the Denny's waitress is not gonna fucking have the attorneys to go after you, like, for money and shit. Like, you're not gonna have to pay her off or anything. She's just thrilled she got to fuck a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is really as it should be. Like, you shouldn't have to worry just because you're a celebrity that you have sex with somebody that wants to have sex, and that they're gonna turn around and, like, sue you for all your money. You know, like, that shouldn't be a normal concern for anyone.
And I kind of feel like if these these famous people, if they're marrying someone, even if they're not somebody else famous, if the other person's not famous, like, I don't know, because like when I don't know if you know who Jim Brown is, the football player. He's like one of the best running backs ever. He just died, actually, not really recently, actually. But anyways, like, when he told his wife, he's like, "Look, I'm going to fuck other women. I'm like, I love you, you know, all that. This has nothing to do with that, but I'm going to be fucking other women." Or maybe it was a girlfriend, maybe not a wife.
How'd that work out? Did they stay married or not?
I have no idea.
There are some wives out there who will fucking put up with it, and some won't.
Like,
you know,
any famous person, like, you have to, like, if you lay that down, and they accept it, you know what I mean? Like, that should be. I don't know.
I figure if you're famous and you're inclined towards, like, you're not going to be able to stay, like, like you're gonna fuck other people. Like you should. There's no problem with saying that, provided that the all opposite is also a fair game.
Yeah.
Like she should be able to fuck as many of the pool boys as she fucking wants, dude. Like she should be able to line up gardeners and get railed all day.
Yeah, or whatever. You need to be upfront about what it is, and like if they can either accept it or not. The fucked up thing about what Jim Brown would also tell his woman was, "Yeah, you can't though."
Oh, like, yeah. I mean, if they put up with it, I guess it's up to her. You know, if she does it or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you accept that, then that's one thing. But
I think it's fucking stupid. I think that's an unreasonable expectation on his part.
Yeah, no,
it's really shitty. If some woman wants to do it, then that's none of my fucking concern.
That's what I'm saying. If that's established ahead of time, then it shouldn't be a shock or a fucking something fucked up to find out after the fact.
You want to hear one?
I think if they would be honest about that and not pretend like, I'm definitely going to not sleep with the thousands of women that are throwing themselves at me all the time.
You know, there's a trip because we're talking about celebrity marriage. Stallone has been married for 35 years to the same woman. Never married anyone else.
Yeah. Who else? Tom Hanks has too, right?
Tom Hanks was married once when he was younger, and then he got married again shortly thereafter, and I think he's kept the same wife, the second wife.
Yeah. Who's the other one? I think Kevin Bacon and his wife. I think it's Keira Sedgwick, but I'm not 100% on that. I think they've been together forever. Although it is possible that Keira Sedgwick is his beard, so that might be why it works.
Married Keira Sedgwick since September 4th, 1988.
Yeah, see, so... But again, like I said, there are rumors that Kevin Bacon is gay or bi or whatever.
Oh, well, there's also rumors that he married his cousin at some point, too. I don't know.
What happened?
There's also rumors that he married his cousin, apparently, too. I don't really know.
Oh, wow. All right.
But the Stallone thing was interesting because he has a reality show right now. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. I watched like the first 3 episodes or something, and it was like, standard bullshit. But it didn't look like there was any actual drama in their family. Like, Stallone is like a bit of a hard ass. He doesn't like his daughters because he has 3 daughters. Yeah. No sons. So he's way overprotective when it comes to dating. Like, his daughters are all like, I think the youngest is just ready to go to college, and the oldest is out of college for a couple of years. And he doesn't want them dating. He doesn't feel he doesn't trust any of the boys they date. Yeah. Which, to be fair, his point is valid because he's saying, we're in Hollywood. I don't trust these boys. Like it's not just the typical like, I don't want my daughters dating anybody so much. It's like he recognizes the kind of place they're in and that they're celebrity. People are going to try to date them just because of his fucking name. So he's very protective in that regard. And I understood, and you can understand it, but it didn't seem to upset or be over the top. Like, from an outsider's perspective, it seems reasonable. Like, he's just like, I want to meet these guys, I want to talk to them, I want to know what kind of people they are, I don't want to, if you get serious with a boy, I'd like, he wants to meet his fucking daughter's boyfriend, and he doesn't want his daughters to date the younger one, but like...
Yeah,
that's typical father shit. And I was like, what a fucking crazy, what a fucking Chad. Like, this dude's been married for 35 years in fucking Hollywood of all places, and he's raised like 3 kids who are all relatively fucking level-headed. They didn't seem like fucking dumb. Like, and it was a reality show, so if they were really fucking dumb, that was gonna be their, want that front and center. That's going to be part of what people love. Like, the celebrities are idiots. They drool over their newest reality fucking entry.
Yeah. Who is Stallone married to? Is she famous, or is it just some random chick?
I think she was an actress in the 80s. Hold on a second. I'm looking it up. Let's see. He was married to Sasha Sack from 74 to 85, from Brigitte Nielsen from 85 to 87, and then Jennifer Flavin since 1997.
Okay. I don't know who that is. I know who Brigitte Nielsen is. Yeah, she's the one that ended up hooking up with fucking Flava Flav after that Surreal Life show.
American entrepreneur, business owner, and former model. Okay, so she was a model. That's why we never heard of her. And how she got, hooked up with Stallone.
Okay. All right, so that reminded me of the Flava Flav roast. And Greg Giraldo had this joke about, because Brigitte Nielsen was there, because it was right around the time that they were dating or whatever, Flava Flav and Brigitte Nielsen. All right, so he said about Brigitte Nielsen, he's like, your pussy's so big, Sylvester Stallone left his career in there, or lost his career in there. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, but at the time, Stallone's career was kind of on the downturn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clever. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna like start laughing. It's not that funny, but it's like, well, that's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's pretty good. No, he had Giraldo. That's one of my favorite of his, though, dude. He burned so many fucking people. Said Flava Flav looks like a skeleton wrapped in electric tape.
You know what? That does. That's pretty good.
Snoop was there too. That's right. He said, "Snoop, you've killed more people than Chinese toothpaste."
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, again, that's a what do you call it? Very specific to that time because there was Chinese some weird shit going on with Chinese toothpaste, obviously in the news.
Well, China's tried to fucking send poison a lot.
Yeah.
Like there's a, I know I've brought it up on the show before, but there is a massive issue with poison honey coming out of China.
Oh yeah. That's when I came up with one of my favorite terms, dude. Remember? Do you remember what I referred it to when they would try to route it through other countries?
A honey pot?
The origin or whatever? No,
you
don't remember. God damn it. Okay, it's probably not as great as I think it is.
Well,
but
now
no,
that you talked
honey laundering.
You call it what? Honey laundering?
I called it honey laundering.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
I was very proud of how fucking groan-inducing that should be.
Oh yeah, that's the reason I didn't remember that wasn't because it wasn't memorable, but because my brain probably erased it in self-defense.
I can't have that. That's going to cause me an aneurysm.
All right, get that fucking out.
Got to lock that one away in the vault.
So so what was it you called it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I better not repeat it.
No, I watched
for your own good. I'm going to not repeat it.
The Japan thing, the Japan video, that's not the first one. I saw that before you posted it. But I can only watch it about 30 seconds in, and he's going like, Nagasaki on a fucking train in Japan, and I'm fucking done. I can't, this is ridiculous.
Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they can kill him now. Like, I don't care. We don't want him back. He's too fucking stupid.
Yeah. Please, keep him over there, dead or alive. Just fucking feel free to do with him whatever the fuck you want, dude.
Drown him in cum for some sort of fucking weird Japanese porn.
Yeah, we know your game show's over there. Have him on one can end in his death somehow.
He drowned in chocolate syrup. We don't know what happened.
It just went horribly wrong. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, no, he's definitely fucking obnoxious. But yeah, dude, that term, gangster fluid, dude, fucking cracked me up.
I didn't even get to that.
Yeah, it was almost at the end of that one. So yeah, if you didn't get through it,
yeah, I couldn't. I was out 30 seconds in. I just could not stop. I couldn't continue.
Yeah. No, dude, socked him in the fucking face, dude. And he's like, "Whoa, what? Why? Dude, what's up? Chill out." I'm like, what, dude? You're over there fucking reminding them of us nuclear bombing their fucking cities, and you expect them to just be fucking chill with that? Like, you're a fucking idiot. You're like you didn't get your ass completely fucking kicked. But yeah, it was because there was a guy that was like riding. He had a motorcycle helmet on, so I assume he was on a motorcycle. But yeah, that dude literally like fucking walked over to the corner, like they were, talking shit or whatever. Walks over the corner, sets his helmet down, is coming back at him. Is gonna kick his ass, and then he gets all fucking apologetic and fucking conciliatory with him. So that's gangster fluid, where you try to act hard, but then as soon as somebody fucking confronts you at all,
you're a
you
giant,
turn into the
giant vagina
on the planet. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's see here.
Gangster fluid.
That's what I was thinking. So, talking about giant vaginas. My brother was letting me know the other night. I haven't looked into it, but I assume it's true. Butterbean is apparently calling out Jake Paul.
Oh, really? For fake fights?
Something tells me Jake Paul don't got enough money to make Butterbean take a fucking fall for him. I don't think that's the way Butterbean operates. I don't think anyone has that money. I think Jeff Bezos would come up short on that particular transaction. And I think if Jake Paul walks in the ring with Butterbean, it's fucking over.
Yeah. It's not going to be like, God damn it, Mayweather. I don't know why I always want to call him Whitaker for some reason. But anyways, Floyd Mayweather Jr. obviously did not go all out in that fight.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, no, he totally tied with fucking one of the greatest fucking fighters of all time. I know he was older, but still. You know what I mean? If he fights Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson's really trying, do you think that fight is lasting, going the fucking distance? There's no fucking way, dude.
No,
Mike
definitely
Tyson
not.
No. Kick his fucking ass, dude. Oh, fuck, dude! I was watching the one with when Norm Macdonald had Mike Tyson on his show, because they were talking about. He had said something. He said that he actually said nigger. He actually said the N-word or whatever. And then he's like, "Wait, what did you say? What did you call him?" He's like, "Oh, the N-word, ninja or whatever." And then fucking, he's like, "Yeah, you say it, Norm." And he's like, "No, I don't want to say that. Then it'll be on here for all time." He's like, "I say it all the time in my personal life, but." He like makes a fucking joke about it. And then like Tyson like keeps going with the bit, say it, honky, say it. And I'm like, even if you're like 99% sure he's joking, that's still 1% has to be fucking terrifying that he's actually pissed.
Which is Mike Tyson punches you in the face.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
Fucking done.
Yeah. Even in his fucking 50s, dude, it's terrifying, dude. But yeah, it was fucking funny. He's like, no, I say it all the time in my personal life, but I don't want to record it for all the time.
Oh, man. Oh, the Hell's Kitchen scene you loaded up. That shit was funny. I saw it coming, though. Mm-hmm. Like, halfway through, I'm like, that's not fucking weed. That's a lot of fucking weed. If that's weed. Like, that can't be weed. That's like 2 fucking pounds of weed.
Yeah, because, again, and if it's packaged anything like that, it's compacted to fucking hell.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
that's a lot of fucking weed that you're fitting into that. Like, there's... there's personal use, then there's Jesus fucking Christ, stop smoking weed. That's clearly you're out of control.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the dude knew. I don't know if he was actually already in on it and they were just fucking with the chick.
He was confident in his innocence. He's just like, I know I didn't fucking do this, so no, that's not mine.
Yeah.
That would have been me. I'm like, that's not mine. I'm not particularly concerned. I know you don't have video of me fucking around with that because it's not mine. I'm not going to be scared of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is what's weird about the chick. Like, why are you freaking out? You know you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, some people just don't trust authority figures because they've had bad experiences where they get blamed for shit they didn't do and get in trouble for it anyway.
Yeah, I suppose it does have a lot to do with their life experience, I suppose. As far as how they handle a situation like that. Like, oh, great. I'm getting accused of some bullshit I didn't do again.
Yeah.
Kind of understandable, yeah. But still, the dude just looked like he was ready to crack up the whole fucking time. He's like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, she seemed like seriously on the edge of just a fucking full-blown panic attack.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the thing with the The kid is forced to stop wearing his "there are only two genders" shirt.
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay, so this kid was wearing a
Wow.
shirt to school that said "there are only two genders." It was just what it said on the shirt, which is just basic fact. That's not
Right.
controversial at all. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
And
Well,
a judge literally
again,
banned
even
him
if
from
you
being
don't-
able to wear it in school.
Yeah, dude, even if you don't believe that, even if you're one of the people that think there's a shitload of genders or whatever, it's still like he doesn't have the right to free expression.
Yeah, he has every
You
right
know
to
what I
say
mean?
that.
Like-
I have every right to say that. They try to
Yeah.
pretend it's some sort of hate thing instead of you just
Yeah.
saying like, no, you can't arbitrarily ignore science. Like this is just what
Right.
the
Yeah.
reality is. There's
Well,
only two
no,
genders.
even like,
I'm not
I
going to play
wouldn't even
Dungeons
take
and
it to that
I'm
point.
not playing Dungeons and Genders with anybody. I'm not going to roll dice and
Right.
see what sort of gender I rolled because
Yeah.
there's male and
Yeah.
female, and that's it.
But yeah, even without the science aspect, like if you feel like it's not up for debate, but I mean, if you actually feel that way, even if you wholeheartedly believe it, he should be free to believe whatever the fuck he wants too.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to tell people they're not allowed to say that there's a billion genders. They just be retarded. Like that's
Yeah,
cool. You're an
yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, I'm
Let
going to
everybody know.
agree with you, but
and save them the trouble of interacting with you intentionally. Like how they know better. They're like, I'm not going to fucking interact. That guy's a fucking retard.
yeah.
That's how it should be. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
very
this guy
odd.
says there's like 50 genders. Well, everybody, let's just avoid the fucking dumb psycho
Yeah.
and stay away from
Well, yeah, I
them
mean,
because
that's-
they're fucking dumb. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's kind of why they're like that, because they don't have, the ability to actually argue their point or their
No, they
perspective or
always
whatever.
move the fucking. They always just shift to another argument that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
Yeah,
Every fucking
All right,
time.
I'm gonna somehow switch this to something where I can actually argue for it.
You know, it's like there's no argument in which you're going to prove that men should be able to claim that they're women and then compete against women in sports. There is no logical argument to support that because scientifically
Oh fuck!
and in reality, like we just know that it just doesn't work.
All right. Did you see the? I can't remember if I shared it. It's from Nate the lawyer. So one of the the black lawyer I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
He's black. I feel the need to mention that, dude. But anyways, there was a thing about there was this. It wasn't actually the current U.S. women's national team, but it was like women that had just retired from, and a couple of them I think were actually still on the team. But anyways, they entered this tournament against that was all basically all men. Like some of the other teams might have had one or two women on them, but basically they were all men that they were playing against because they thought they were going to prove a point that women are better than men. And I believe they played 3 games, maybe 4, but the total amount of goals scored for and against was 24-1. So they gave up a total of 24 goals and they only scored 1. And this isn't even like actually top Premier League teams from there.
How many
you know what
times,
I mean? Like it's just fucking.
How many times have professional women's sports teams lost against high school teams playing the same sport?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
soccer,
no, that actually,
softball,
the actual,
hockey. That's happened multiple times where women's teams get just fucking their asses handed to them by the local high school kids.
Yeah, this was
it's like,
the actual U.S. women's national team had played a game against FC Dallas's fucking Major League Soccer league. You might not be familiar. Major League Soccer franchise in America.
Oh, you just assume
but anyways,
if it's sports
they had
teams,
a
I know
15 and
nothing.
under team.
Yeah, if it's a sports reference,
so
I know
basically
nothing.
they have that club or whatever they call them clubs for whatever reason in soccer. But anyways, that club had a 15 and under team, and they played the fucking actual U.S. women's national team in a friendly or whatever, not an exhibition.
An exhibition. There you go, friendly match. Having a fun time.
They call them friendlies for whatever reason. But yeah, they lost badly to the 15 and under team. Yeah, and that's not even like you know what I mean? It's not even like it was the best 15 and under people in the whole country. That was just that Dallas's club's 15 and under team. and they still got their asses kicked.
and just whopped them. It's crazy, yeah, and it happens over and over and over. And it's like, look, if you were to take all of the men's tennis players and all of the women's tennis players and just let them all play against each other singles, you're gonna have like the top like 50% are all gonna be men, and then the bottom 50% are gonna be like mostly women with like a few men intermixed. Because you're gonna find the occasional case where a guy's just not very good and a woman's gonna beat him because she's really good for a woman. But the vast majority, even like the mediocre guys, are gonna beat most of the top women. They're just gonna fucking hand their asses to them over and over and over. And that's why we have separate sports, because it's not fair to put a woman against a man in almost any given sport.
It's ridiculous.
It's like I wouldn't watch the boxing match where it was a guy versus a lady boxer. I don't want to see that because it's going to be brutal and fast, and she's going to end up in the hospital.
Yeah, no, that did happen. Like, there was actually a UFC or whatever, a mixed MMA, but I don't know if it was UFC specifically, but yeah, dude, fucking trans woman fighting a biological woman.
The trans woman, the man who just got into the UFC and pretended to be a woman so he could beat women up.
Yeah,
because he wasn't just beating these women; he was fucking destroying them. Like, they would have like broken bones in their face and shit. Like, he was beating the hell out of them.
Yeah, like it's
he was beating them like it was his fucking like his favorite game.
Yeah, he probably hated women.
Yeah. I imagine he had some sort of fucking chip on his shoulder and psychotic fucking thoughts in his head. But it's like I don't have a problem with people wanting to be like transgender in any other respect, but like, you can't pretend in sports, man. That's not safe. Or like, the fire department doesn't need to be hiring a bunch of women that can't do the job. Like, if somebody's got to go up a ladder and pull some like 300-pound fucking porker out of his fucking window, that's the job. Like, you can't have a 110-pound woman being the one going up the ladder for that.
Yeah.
And it's not reasonable or safe to have a bunch of people on your fire team that can't do the job. Everyone on the team should be able to do that job.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? The main guy who does it, maybe he's sick that day and he can't do it. And so the secondary person has to show up and do it, and that can't be like a 5'10" blonde who can only carry 150 pounds. Which is impressive for a 5'10" blonde, but not particularly useful for a fireman.
But for the job that they're supposed to be doing, not adequate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with like cops. I don't think you should have lady cops that are patrolling and responding to calls. I can see handing out traffic tickets, like the little carts where they go around and pop people for staying too long at the meter. Ones. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, the meter maids.
But as far as the regular one, it's just not safe, man.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, at first when you were saying, I was thinking, well, as long as their partner's a guy, but then the guy has a woman partner. Like, he's essentially going to need more backup in almost any violent
there
situation.
To defend her the whole time. Yeah, it's like he can't go run off and leave her with one suspect while he runs after the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was reading through the one about the women's team, soccer team, losing to the under 15 boys club team. They lost 5-2. I'm reading through this article, and they're really making excuses for the fucking women's team. Dude. It's fucking funny. Like, well, they obviously weren't going all out. It was just a friendly match, so I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't want to prove a point or whatever. I'm sure they fucking were totally happy just taking it easy and getting their asses kicked by kids 15 years old and younger.
Yeah, they were letting them score all those points.
Mm-hmm. I think I suspect that the Dallas team backed off, and that's how they managed to get 2 goals on them. They took it easy. You know, they're like, all right, 5's probably enough. Let's let them get a couple.
Oh man.
God damn it! There was something else I didn't point out, and I fucking forgot. Yeah, well, couldn't have been that important. Yeah. Oh shit! Did you see the video about Disney potentially selling the Star Wars franchise back to George Lucas?
No, that's crazy. That fits their track record.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's pointing it out in the article. They had bought I don't know when it was, but years ago they had bought Fox Family Channel or whatever, and part of that included the Power Rangers franchise. They paid like just over $5 billion for it. To some Egyptian fucking billionaire or whatever. But anyways, they had bought it, and they utilized the Power Rangers franchise so horribly that like 5 years later, however it was, not very long later, he ended up buying it back from him for like 40
million, yeah.
From over 5 billion down to like 40 billion. Or 40
million, yeah, that's an insane drop.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's like Bud Light style right there.
Right. 5 billion down to 40 million, dude. I'm like, that's Disney fucking nuts.
The old Bud Light
I could easily see that
over.
Right. Ay.
See, I could save Bud Light. I just do a bunch of jokes making fun of the whole thing.
Right.
Just make a bunch of commercials just being silly about all of it. And just make it a fucking joke. And people would be like, they get it. All right, that's cool. And I bet you get like half your fucking sales you lost back easily. And then fire that lady and be like, you know what, we're sorry. We didn't realize that Dylan Mulvaney was so controversial. And that was going to be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're coming back trying to do all kind. The commercials they're doing now are trying to be like the Heart of America based type commercials.
Yeah,
and everybody's like,
they're no longer number one. They lost that to another beer.
Dude, and they've been there for fucking I don't know how long, decades.
Probably most of my life, I would imagine. Like Bud Light's always been like the big kahuna. Yeah.
It's,
and the thing is, the sad thing is, they could have put any number of other trans people as their like spokesperson for this woke bullshit, and probably not had this happen. They just picked one of the most fucking insufferable assholes, that nobody likes.
The one that is quite obviously not genuine.
Dude, I would imagine 2/3 of that guy's YouTube audience is all people that hate him, and they just hate watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's probably more of his audience is hate watching than actually fans.
Okay.
Because that's a big thing on YouTube. There's a lot of people that hate watch people just to leave really angry comments, which is I can't think of anything more worthless to do with your time.
Yeah, it seems fucking ridiculous, dude.
I mean, it's fun to troll people. I love trolling people in comments because people are fucking dumb. But
but
I'm not
legitimately
having a series.
Like watching someone being angry the whole fucking time. It seems a very odd way to spend your free time.
Well, you know what? No, wait. There was one time when that motherfucker Donut, that son of a bitch, with the cop videos.
Donut operator?
Yeah, Donut operator. He said that the most dangerous place on earth is a McDonald's parking lot. And that's just not fucking true. And we all know it is the Waffle House
what the fucking
dining room.
Yeah.
It is the Waffle House dining room, and I will die on that hill. How dare he say McDonald's parking lot is more dangerous than a fucking Waffle House?
Yeah, Waffle House at 2 a.m.
Waffle House has employees that voluntarily buy their own fucking bulletproof armor. They don't even provide it. Their employees are like, "No, I just thought it'd be a really good idea to wear some fucking bullet-resistant clothing for every shift."
Yeah, and I guarantee if you tell somebody that, like, "Fuck, where do you work at?" And it's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Like you would think a cop or something.
Oh yeah, like a cop pulls you over and flips out. Like, what are you wearing body armor for? Because there's some reason you shouldn't be allowed to wear body armor because cops are fucking psycho nowadays.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
as if that should even be an issue. Like, yeah, you want to wear body armor, wear body armor. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be allowed to.
No.
It's absurd to even be upset about that, honestly. Especially if you live in one of the big cities. Like I'm telling you, bro, I'd be wearing some level 1 soft body armor at minimum if I was like walking around San Francisco on a regular basis.
Come on.
And I would definitely have one of those, like they're discreet helmets that look more like hats or something. Like, I can't understand why you wouldn't want to be a whole lot safer. Because also keep in mind, I don't think we have any audience, but bulletproof vests are also knife proof. That's part of the testing.
Yeah, they're also what? Sorry.
So if you get like level 1 armor, it's also going to keep you from being stabbed.
Yeah.
So a knife will also not be able to penetrate. Even an ice pick in most cases can't penetrate like soft body armor.
You bet. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah,
so
makes sense.
if you live in San Francisco, or
Kevlar.
Yeah, and the flexible light body armor, it's gonna stop pretty much most guns that are on the streets. Like, and it's not that uncomfortable comparatively. You know, it's not like you're wearing the rifle plates, the fucking like military rifle plate armor that stops like up to like a 308, like a crazy fucking heavy round.
Yeah. Oh shit. Right, here we go. But yeah, if you live in any of those places, it's just fucking prudent planning, dude.
Exactly.
Rocking some form of body armor.
I would be rocking soft body armor. I would be rocking soft body armor, and at least I don't know if they have like a soft body armor helmet or something, but I would try to get something along those lines of some sort of helmet.
Yeah, or maybe something that looks like a cap at least. That, you know what I mean? Is actually something that could stop a fucking knife or something. That'd be fucking. That product doesn't exist. Let's do that. Let's make that. That's a great idea. If that doesn't.
Well, they make clothes that are soft body armor.
Oh, they do already. Okay.
Like, you can buy like a white, fucking hats. Yeah, you can buy like a white button-up shirt with a suit jacket that's soft body armor.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I was thinking I have this hat that's basically it has like a brim around the front half, and then it has like the piece of cloth on the back that'll cover your neck. I was thinking like that's nice. Already pretty thick as it is. Yeah, no, I love it. It looks hideous. It's fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
But you live in Arizona, dude. Like, the fucking sun is crazy. Like, having something over the back of your neck is just fucking smart. I don't give a shit how it looks.
Like
people would kiss my ass if they thought, "Oh, your hat looks like, my neck's not full of cancerous lesions, it's asshole."
Function is far more important than form in my situation here. But yeah, anytime I go to take the pupper to the fucking park, I throw that thing on. But I was thinking, like, that's pretty thick already, so you could make something that was like that. That's essentially body armor for your head, and look basically the same. So yeah, well, I assume they probably don't. Like you said, there's the body armor and all that shit that look like clothes. So
yeah, well, there was actually a Google thing. I'm looking at some of the body armor. It genuinely it makes more sense to just buy a vest than the stuff that looks like clothes. Just because, like, you'd have to wear the same shirt every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can buy a vest that looks like you're wearing. It basically would make it look like you're wearing an undershirt that is pretty decent. Stop all the pistol rounds out on the street and some small rifle rounds. And every kind of knife and blade out there would not be able to slash or pierce.
Right. Yeah. Caps. They already have made caps that are body armor. I should have known. I was hoping that somehow that had gotten through. Not like I didn't ever do anything with it anyway, but I should know. It's not the easiest to come up with.
See, no, that's a really good idea. A bulletproof hat, like, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It turns out somebody thought about it long ago, and so.
Well, I
it was actually a
remember
snapback.
when I was, this was in '98, working at on an auto place. I was changing tires and batteries for Sears Auto Center.
Right.
And what was it? Wait, how much is this cap? Hold on a second here.
When I saw it was like
A
$100
hundred
for
bucks?
one of
That's
them.
not bad at all. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, for what you're getting, that is pretty good.
There's 5 reviews. But anyway, you know those knit caps that you pull on, like the stocking caps that they always have, like Rocky wears in the Rocky Balboa movies.
Yeah, a beanie, like
The
a
knit
beanie. You
ones,
mean?
yeah, like the knit beanie caps.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a thing where it looked like a knit beanie cap that you could buy, but it was actually an impact resistant helmet. So it was like, if say like a wrench fell and like hit you in the head, it wouldn't do any damage because you were wearing your little beanie cap. I never bought one, but there was a lot of us that were like, oh, that'd be pretty cool if Sears like fucking provided that, because at least during the winter, if nothing else, you could wear your little beanie cap and you wouldn't have to worry about your head getting hit by nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Although people wear those fucking things the rear round in this fucking summer. I've seen people here in Arizona wearing fucking knit caps. In
Tim has got one like surgically grafted to his head. Tim Pool.
Yeah, no, the beanie is actually controlling the Tim host. I'm
sure. He's the host. The beanie is in charge. Okay.
Yeah, it's a sentient beanie. I'm like 90% sure.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes so it's excusable that he didn't take it off when he went to the White House because
Yeah, he's a little weird, man. I don't understand some of the stuff that those guys get into. Where like, I like getting that little, within the first minute or two, and not everybody does this, getting the story. And so I watch a lot of Tim Pool's videos because I can go 2 minutes, know exactly what's going on without anybody's like opinion being thrown in there for no reason. And I'm 100% guaranteed I could just leave after like 3 minutes and I've got everything I need out of it. Every time. Sometimes I leave it on in the background just because they're fucking goofy. And you're like, what are you talking about, you fucking whack job?
Yeah, they're very odd, dude. Oh, fuck.
Like, what was one of the things was one point Luke was talking about, well, OnlyFans is the best at making sure people are over 18. And I'm like, fucking what? Nah, dude, they're not at all. They're really bad at that. That shit keeps happening. Dude? Where like 16 and 14-year-olds are getting on that platform all the fucking time. There's probably at least a dozen fucking minors on OnlyFans right now if you were to fucking go and look through their whole fucking group. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are they asking for them to send, like a state-issued ID or something? Like, what is their process?
The 10 minutes with Photoshop, you can send in anything that they want.
Yeah, that's true.
And then...
Yeah, it's not like you're going to send them your physical copy that they can be like, this is clearly fake.
They're 14, maybe this little girl doesn't know how to use Photoshop. But she's got a TikTok account with 500,000 followers. And guaranteed, a bunch of those are middle-aged men who fucking conned into her good graces enough that they can actually talk with her. If not, meet her for something. But, like, they'll at least be like, oh, you need this to do? Okay, no problem. I got you covered. Here's one of the other ones that gets me. And this one is, if you think about it, is really fucking weird. And I don't know why nobody's really, like, ever thought, like, maybe this should be addressed. But I, a 43-year-old man, not that I would, but legally, and right now I could go and find some e-girl who's, like, still in high school, some 16-year-old or whatever, on, like, TikTok, or 15 or 14-year-old or whatever. And if they have an Amazon wish list, I can go send them whatever's on their wish list. Like, I can just pay for shit to fucking ship to somebody else's, like, fucking little kid.
Wow. Yeah.
Does that not seem like that's just a really terrible idea to anybody but me?
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
Like that's pretty fucking unacceptable. I don't think you should be able to use Amazon like that. I think Amazon should be ashamed of themselves and be like, we're gonna address that right now.
Yeah, we got to find some way to get this fucking shit not possible.
But I mean, that's probably that's one of the ways that these kids who get sort of fooled into this trans cult, that when they aren't, like they get people will use that as a way to send them like clothing and stuff that they shouldn't have, like things that are related to transitioning, even if like maybe their parents are against it. That's one way for them to get it. So I think there's a few rules that you could do to really keep kids a lot safer. Children shouldn't be allowed to have P.O. boxes. And and you shouldn't be able to send a gift to a minor that you directly, if you're an adult, through the internet. Like if you're fucking actually mailing stuff, there's no way to know. Like, you can't really make a law about that. But there shouldn't be any sort of service that allows a 40-year-old man to send a 12-year-old girl underwear.
Yeah.
Or a 12-year-old boy, or whatever. Like, any minor of any kind shouldn't be able to get stuff through the internet from random strangers.
Yeah. Well, fuck, man. I think anybody that's a fan of Belle Delphine should be put on a fucking list, dude. Like, she's technically illegal, but it's,
well,
pretty fucking obvious.
Didn't she get a titty job recently, so she's got bigger titties or something, so she looks a little less childlike? I haven't really been keeping up, because I know she quit, and then she came back, and then she quit and came back. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know that she ever actually quit, like, her OnlyFans. Like, she might have quit YouTube and fucking, like, that kind of... And,
oh, no, she was off of OnlyFans for, like, 6 months.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I think that was to get, like, the titty job. Like, now she's got new fake tits. But nobody knew. Like, she didn't say that before she left, so everybody thought she just quit.
Yeah, Jesus.
And she has before, for periods of time, like, not OnlyFans, but, like, before she even had an OnlyFans, she would, like, go radio silent for months at a time out of nowhere with no explanation, kind of thing.
Right.
Because I remember people would always be flipping out. Where's Belle Delphine? Nobody should care.
Yeah, and she'd all of a sudden show up and be like, all right, on Christmas, I'm putting out a porn of me fucking a dude in a teddy bear costume or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was
that
fucking...
I don't know if the rest of the porns got better, but that one, being the one I saw, was very disappointing. I was like, that's just not a well-made porn. That was awkward and uncomfortable.
Well, dude, I almost think this might have been deliberate, but she literally looked like it was the first time she ever was, like, on top riding a cock. It looked like she didn't know what she was doing.
I got to imagine when you're that level of sex symbol, dudes are not lasting long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably most dudes are just fucking not holding up. So maybe she just never got a dude who was, like, able to really, like, last for any length of time until this one. But yeah, probably just fake bullshit for the camera, make money.
Yeah. She could have easily been, leaning into the fact that she looks like a fucking child and been like, oh, look, I'm so terrible at this. Because,
Well, it backfired because almost all of the things I saw about that were, you're terrible at sex, Belle Delphine, what the fuck? Like, how are you this bad?
Yeah, but again, it would not be surprising if she was literally doing it to lean into the I look like a kid thing for her fucking, most likely pedo audience.
All right, we got to stop the pedo thing, so I'm going to change the topic.
That can probably get us banned too.
I don't know if you watch any of the Am I the Jerk videos or whatever, the Reddit shit I put up. I assume not, because they're long fucking videos. But
I don't. Let me see, which one was that? Hold on, I'm going back through where. I might have watched some of one of them.
Usually the story is like the first 3 or 4 minutes, and then the rest is just a bunch of other stories that they tack on. I don't usually listen to the end of the video. I usually just listen to the main one from the thumbnail.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
The one I posted ones because I was talking about, like, a lot of these sound like the hooker gave the money back stories. Like, I think it's just they made the whole thing up from beginning to end just to get attention. on the internet, and you know, like whatever, like it's an entertaining story. I'm not like concerned about it or anything. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But it's like some of them sound pretty fucking dodgy. But this one like was the guy's little sister was super spoiled. And so, like, his parents let her blow out the candles, and then, like, they started getting her gifts on his birthday and letting her have the cake, and just getting worse and worse till this guy just gets no birthday. And then all of a sudden, at this whole family gathering, he explodes and exposes them all, and then the whole family is like, "You're terrible parents," and I'm just like, I think you made this up. I don't think this is true.
Anytime there's too much of a story or too many details, it's just a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, everybody went after her, and then this other thing happened, and they went after him again, and then again.
I'm never going to talk to them again, no matter how many times they beg for my forgiveness.
Right.
Because I'm like, the reality of that story is, like, if the first part was true, like, basically just eventually his birthday became just another birthday for the kid. Those parents, there's never a set of circumstances in which they're going to just suddenly come to Jesus and realize how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like, they're just broken people, and the best thing you can do is just be like, well, I guess I'm just never going to call you. You know, like, you're not welcome to my birthdays in the future, and we're not going to be hanging out on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Goodbye. You know, like, that's what you do. Yeah. And then they just continue to spoil the little girl and then think you're a horrible person, and then you never see them again, maybe, if you're lucky. But it's just like, the ones where the revenge is too over the top and too satisfying, that's when I usually suspect. Like, if it ends with somebody in prison for something that would not get them in prison, alright. You know, like an old lady pushed me in the grocery store and I ended up getting her sentenced to 3 years in prison. I'm like, nah, I don't believe you.
You're right. I'm going to press X to doubt on that.
Yeah, like that's the one to get me. I just, it's so fun because, it's, you know, hearing like the wackiness that people come up with. And some of them are probably true. The ones that end where it's sort of like ambivalent, it's not really a good or bad ending, are the only ones I'm ever like, yeah, that's probably true. Although the other one is you get to the people
I had another
like,
comment. That was...
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was going to say, when you were talking about the people misconstruing your comment, it reminded me that I had that one comment I made on the Legal Guys channel. Where
where they just responded to something you didn't say.
I
was baffled by it because it was totally unrelated to your comment. You're like, I like peanut butter and jelly, and they're like, that deer over there has giant horns, you son of a bitch. And you're like, the fuck does that have to do with peanut butter and jelly, you fucking crazy lunatic?
Yeah, well, I thought it was obvious as a joke, because I'm like, okay, so when you're going through all these legal filings, are you allowed to call it going through the motions? Like, you know, upon...
It was a pretty bad joke. I mean, I could understand if he was upset for the joke itself, just be like, man, that was not funny.
Yeah, it was deliberately cheesy and fucking, like, again, I love the fucking groan-inducing puns, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a really good pun. I am a little jealous you came up with that.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It seemed pretty fucking obvious. Like, no, yeah, I really thought that saying that might get you an ethics complaint. Yeah, thanks for answering it, Supernova 743.
Well, no, but the thing was, they weren't even talking about an ethics complaint. They weren't even talking about anything you said.
Yeah.
They were just yelling about the fucking original story, which is fine, but not related to your comment in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm honestly wondering if it wasn't just a straight up, like some kind of chatbot thing they're trying out. Yeah,
I know I've accidentally replied to people when I thought I was just replying to like a video. I've had to delete shit. Because I've definitely had that happen where I'll leave a comment and then I'll get a response with like this guy going, "The fuck are you on about?" And I'm like, shit, bro, I guess I clicked the wrong thing and typed that all up and didn't pay enough attention. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, luckily you can copy and paste it where it was supposed to go. That's kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah, this guy just had no. I
bet.
just was looking at that. I'm like, but that's not even related to. All right, whatever, man. Oh,
Yeah,
the
very
story I did believe off of that fucking Reddit shit was the lottery one, where the guy ended up winning the lottery and kept it hidden until like his whole family found out, and they started filing lawsuits, and they actually ended up managing to take away like $10,000 or $20,000 from him in courts.
Wow, really?
And,
No,
and
I
when
saw that
when
one,
we
but I
say
didn't
he won the
actually watch
lottery,
it.
he won enough to buy a house out in the like a nice house out in the fucking countryside that he was living in, and then that was
Right,
it.
right.
Like he didn't win like the millions and millions. It wasn't a grand prize by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, right.
So I mean, he
Yeah, it
won like
wasn't like the
probably
30 million
500,000,
plus.
400,000, somewhere in that range. And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
managed. He ended up having to sell his house and fucking like move to like some other place and get a different job
Wow.
and
What the
everything. And I'm
fuck
just
was the
like, and
ground
that one
for
I believe
lawsuit
because
then?
the ending wasn't this. And then I got them all thrown in jail. You know, like just fucking like the rest of the bullshit.
No, right, right.
But they basically were
Yeah,
like, they sued him
but the
like,
ending's
oh,
too
well, he
perfect,
said
it's
he was going to pay
suspicious.
for gas over this period of time, and he never paid for gas. And well, we had him staying with us when he was 13. He owes us rent and all sorts of bull, just everything they could come up with because they couldn't get him to just give them money.
Wow. What a fucking bunch of scumbags, dude.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why he didn't want them involved in his life or to know where he lived, and his
Yeah.
fucking wife wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Oh, god
And that's what
damn.
happened. His fucking
Yeah.
wife wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, and he said like, "Hey, I don't want them over here. I want to know where you're from. I want to know your people." So he invited one of
Like,
them
oh,
over,
my
and then
family's
fucking the
horrible. Take my
whole
word
thing
for it.
goes because his wife wouldn't keep her mouth shut about the lottery winning, like he fucking told her,
Yeah.
and she just
Fuck,
decided that they
dude.
should have to give the house to her, and like it was fucking insane. Like it was absolutely crazy. I'm like, that's why I would
Yeah, that's
absolutely
fucking
keep it
nuts.
secret if I won the lottery. Like I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you'd never know.
But yeah, as
I
soon
wouldn't
as
tell
two people are
anybody.
involved,
Like you can't even find my
yeah,
house.
yeah. But again, with any secret, if there's any more than one person involved, it's almost certainly going to come out somewhere.
Oh, the only person you get involved is your lawyer. The
Yeah,
first person you go
yeah.
and talk to is you talk to a lawyer who's experienced with the lottery. They keep your name out of it, but get your winnings.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
But
and
yeah,
then you take.
tell
And
your
here's the one
wife-
thing that always gets me: all these crazy motherfuckers getting the lump sum. Fuck no, that's the dumbest choice.
Yeah.
Get the payments. Because
Yeah.
then
Well,
you got
it
26
depends. If you're
times
old-
you can fuck up, and you're still not
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah. Although if you're super old and you're just like, all right, I'm not going to ever.
Yeah, yeah.
spend
If
this
you're like
shit.
50 years old or something, maybe I understand the point. But even then, I would just be like, do something
Yeah.
so that you
'Cause I
can't
assume-
touch 80% of it for at least 10 years.
Yeah. Although I don't know. I assume that shit can be passed down, right? Like if you are old, like and you're getting the annuities.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. You
assume
still
that passed
won that
down
money. It's still
to
yours.
kids or
You're
whatever.
just collecting it slowly over time. They're earning interest, so
Yeah.
they're defraying the cost of paying you out.
Yeah,
With
well,
the interest
I'm
on
thinking,
the bulk of it. That's what it essentially is. You're investing with them for interest on a loan on your money that you want.
yeah, but no, I
So-
was wondering, like, if you die, like that should pass on to your kids or whatever. Right?
Yeah, yeah. So if you die, those payments would
stop
then go to
paying.
your kids or whoever you designate in
Okay.
your will. I would assume.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But that's
I'm
all
not
stuff you would
100%
work
on
out with
that.
the lawyer. If that's not the case, if you die and then it just all goes back to the state, then yeah, I would definitely say take the lump sum. But do something
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can't touch the bulk of it for at
Yeah, I
least
can't
like
imagine
5 years,
those-
you know, or something like that. Like take $2 million and go blow it or whatever for a year. But like,
Good point.
don't. I don't know, man. I think the smart thing is just not fucking go out and buy a bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
get
although
a
again,
house.
what's
If your
the-
car is shitty, get a new car. Otherwise, keep your car and just get it repaired. You know,
Yeah, or if you're gonna have some really nice shit,
you can
Let it be
afford.
at
Well,
your
you can
secret
afford to
house
get
somewhere.
your meals from your favorite restaurants every night for fucking whatever you want. You know, like you don't have to cook anymore. You could afford to go out to restaurants on a regular basis. That's a better way of spending your money in a much smaller amounts and not likely to go and like end up with you broke at the end of the fucking year of like $50 million. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, even if I had like won like the big, because with the Powerball and Mega Millions, they all start at like 30 million or whatever, and then go up from there. Like, I would never want like a big ass fucking mansion. Like, I'd rather have like houses in 3 or 4 different places that I love. You know what I mean?
Like a
just
winter house and a summer house.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I might like this other house where you like to go out to the beach for a couple of weeks, twice or 3 times.
Like I might spend a lot on like a place that's on the beach in San Diego somewhere. You know what I mean? But beyond that, like there's plenty of fucking places that are fucking.
And exactly, it doesn't have to be a big place.
Yeah, just regular fucking houses. Dude.
And then if you're really smart, you pay a service to keep it clean and come out on a regular basis, even when you're not there.
Yeah.
Make sure there's pay a security company a little bit of extra money to have somebody come and check on your house on a regular basis, so you don't end up with some hobo trying to fucking steal your house.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would do. I would 100%, and there would be cameras in all my houses too. Just like
yeah.
But nowadays, a cleaning service comes out once a month, knocks the dust off, and you got like a security guy that drives by and checks on your place every couple of days.
Yeah. You definitely want to have cameras in that. I was gonna say, well, nowadays it's cheap, but yeah, if you won the lottery, you can fucking, even if it wasn't, you could afford to put cameras.
Well, here's the thing. Cameras don't do shit. A security guy can be like, hey, get off the fucking property. Or I'm going to get the cops out here right now.
Yeah.
Well, and the cops are going to respond to that guy. They're going to be like, you can call the cops. They're going to be like, well, whatever. We'll take care of it, sure, whenever we get around to it. Security guy has a vested interest in
like realtors, like if they're selling like somebody's summer house or whatever the fuck, where they're hardly ever there. Of like the realtors just never bothering to actually try to sell it, and they're living it, or somebody else is living in it and they're charging them or something. You know what I mean? Like there's crazy shit like that. But beyond that,
number one, the first thing you do is make sure you're not in any sort of HOA before you're buying anything.
Yeah,
make sure you're not in one of those, because I'm not moving into an HOA because I know better. Like, I'm not stupid. Why would these people that complain about being in HOAs? It's like, you moved there.
Yeah,
you signed a contract saying you were moving into an HOA. I don't know what the fuck you're complaining about now.
Yeah. I assume they disclose that fact, or if not, you definitely should have asked.
Oh, if they don't disclose that you're in an HOA. You can actually even years down the road go back and get your money back, and they have their house back.
That's
in a lot of places, they have to let you know there's an HOA before you buy.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, no, the house that I had bought back in my 20s or whatever. Yeah, the reason I chose that neighborhood. That was one of the main selling points, is the fact that, there were new houses being built and there was no HOA. There wasn't many of those around.
Yeah, and they can't make you join an HOA. So, like, once you own the property and you've already moved in and all that shit, like, your neighbors all around you can form an HOA, but they can't make you be part of it. Nor can they hold you to the HOA standards.
Yeah, that shit's fucking nuts anyway, dudes.
Yeah. I've seen stories, though, where HOAs try to go after people that just have, like, that one house in their area and force them in, and they're like, nah, not going to happen. And they don't get forced in. And
Yeah, like, fuck you guys. I'm not buying into your bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Oh, shit. Did you watch that video about the wire thing that they run around cities?
Yeah, the Jew wire. That was fucking weird.
Public domain or whatever.
The Jewish wall. Dude. Trust Jews to make not working work.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not even a wall. literally just like a fishing line. It's like 15 feet off the ground that basically at this point goes over like what, 3/4 of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's that for somehow that makes that whole area your private domain or some stupid shit. Because again, you can't even do so much as like carry your keys outside of your private whatever. I forget what there's public and private essentially. I forget what the actual words they use is. But anyways, yeah. So they came up with this fucking loophole where anything within this line of fucking fishing wire.
I mean, that's about on par with the shadow of the mountain loophole for the fucking Muslims, right?
Oh yeah, in Bahrain or whatever.
Yeah,
like, nope,
God can't see through this mountain.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if God actually, do you really think you're gonna get to the pearly gates or whatever, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally fine with you finding loopholes for my fucking rules. Like, that seems incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, I don't see that working out well.
Fucking more pissed. Like, yeah, you trying to find loopholes for shit, you're definitely going to hell.
Well, I feel like
it's very
expecting
odd.
Jewish people not to find loopholes
right.
is almost as unrealistic as giving them those
dude.
rules in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and I assume again most religions.
Well, and didn't God was kind of vague. He said, "Don't work," and they were like, "Well, what counts as work? Because we're Jews and we got to make this way too complicated."
Yeah.
You know, and then they came up with fucking 7-book fucking volumes of rules and shit.
Right. Yeah, like I don't understand. I don't know. Getting in your car, driving around counts as work, or flipping a fucking. Oh, it's anything that you can't complete anything. That was the weird verbiage. So
they can't turn on a light. Puzzle. They can't use an elevator.
Yeah.
Like just the silly shit.
Doing a jigsaw puzzle, you can do the whole thing except for that last piece. You cannot complete a jigsaw puzzle on the Sabbath. Yeah. Or you're completing the circuit. That's the thing with the electricity, is you're completing the circuit, so that counts as completion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of those rules sound like a drunken pair of angry people that are married, like fucking arguing about how they can't do stuff.
Yeah, they're just coming up with odd, annoying, arbitrary rules to fuck with the other person.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can't take out the trash. I'm not allowed to complete a circuit. I can't push the button in the elevator. Because that would be completing a circuit, honey, and I can't take out the trash on the Sabbath.
Yeah. It's like, dude. Yeah, the thing with the elevator,
cook dinner because it would be completing a circuit if I was to turn on the oven. You know, like.
Right.
I can see that. I can see how it proliferated, you know.
But yeah, the whole thing with like the elevators are programmed like on the Sabbath day that they just stop on every single floor, so like you can get into it and get out wherever you have to. But it's gonna stop at every single floor.
That would be fucking obnoxious. Dude, I think that's, but that's where like in buildings where it's like everybody in the building is a Jew kind of thing.
Right.
Because they buy up like neighborhoods and buildings, and like, oh, we're gonna buy this apartment building, and we'll just slowly get everybody else out, and it'll just all be Jewish people.
Yeah. How long, if you're not Jewish, how long are you gonna stay in a fucking place where you live on one of the upper floors, and you have to fucking, it takes you half an hour to get to the bottom because it has to stop at every fucking floor,
and then another half an hour to get back to the top when you're home from work.
Yeah,
that would be fucking
I would imagine
obnoxious.
Even if they don't start out majority Jewish, they're going to get there very quickly.
I saw a thing where it was crazy. So it was an elevator, and you got on at either side, the front or the back, and the way it worked was, it was a belt elevator going around in a circle. So it would just constantly move. You had the time when you jumped on and off.
Right.
But it would just constantly move. So there was like 180 degrees from each other were two entrances to two different elevators. And like one would be going down and the other one would be going up. So if you wanted to go up, you went to one side. You want to go down, you go to the other side. And it's a bunch of elevator cars on a giant belt going around a giant set of pulleys. And you can actually ride it all the way up and all the way down again and all the way back up to where you started. And you go just in a big oval, essentially, you know.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, no, they're super fucking dangerous. People have died all the time just trying to get on and off.
Wow.
You know, getting fucking slammed between the fucking elevator and the next floor or whatever.
Yeah, all that shit's just fucking super fucking wacky.
I mean, can you imagine if you were trying to move into a building with that as your elevator? Oh, that'd be fucking
no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
infuriating. You'd be like, all right, you know what? We're gonna make a fucking crane in the stairwell. I'm not walking every fucking step.
Right.
We're just gonna drag all the furniture up the 3 flights of stairs to the 4th floor or whatever.
Yeah. Or if there are a bunch, you know, if there's multiple elevators, you know, that's fine. If one of them does this always stopping at every floor thing, but yeah, if there's no alternate ones,
there's the mistake you're making. They're not stopping ever.
No,
there's never a pause.
Okay, the one you're talking about, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about, you got to wait until it's like 3 inches below where you're going to step in, and go ahead of that, so it meets your foot where you would expect it to be. Like,
right?
You got to time getting in because it's just going to keep going.
That is nuts, dude. What the fuck, man?
I'd be terrified. I'd be like, fuck you, I'm using the stairs. I'm a little too slow, or maybe I slip or something and I lose a leg. Nah, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah, it seems like an unnecessary risk. To say the least.
It's like a fucking video game challenge in your fucking lobby. You know, like... That's the kind of thing you put in some silly video game where the main character has to be like, I guess I got a time jumping in this elevator.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck, I hope I have a bunch of extra lives for this shit. Because I'm going to burn some here.
Exactly.
And it turns out in real life, you don't have extra lives.
No, that's not how that works, yeah.
And you dead. Yeah. Oh, shit, dude, the one of the things I wanted to talk about was the... where was it, in Fort Worth, where the psychologist literally told the fucking police force hiring people or whatever, like, yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah, that guy should not get hired, and they hired him anyway, and he ended up murdering somebody.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah,
he never announced himself. They never knocked on the door. They didn't even talk to the first person that called just to get the story, make sure that they were correct.
Yeah, and it was a non-emergency thing. It was a non-emergency thing. Like, I know he called 911. It wasn't an actual emergency thing, right? I don't remember what it actually was.
Yeah, the guy called the police for a non-emergency safety check because he was concerned about his neighbor's well-being.
No, okay.
It's like I've called for non-emergency safety checks. Like one night I went to the ER with a fucking panic attack at 2 in the fucking morning or something, right? And we go to get on the freeway, and there's some lady dancing in a fucking skirt and a light t-shirt in the middle of the fucking 30-degree weather. Like, Jesus, it's cold Christ, as shit, dude. And she's just dancing on the fucking on-ramp to the freeway for some reason, bare feet. So we called the police and said, you should probably come and help this young lady.
Yeah.
She's not in a good place.
You could classify that as an emergency, though. Like, you know what I mean?
That's not an emergency. It's a safety check. You call your local police. They'll get out there a lot faster than if you call 911. 911 is going to highway patrol. It's going to a lot of other people. So if you have a non-emergency, call your local number. It's the best way to go. You'll actually get a fast
response, dude. That's fucked up.
Your response is way faster, if you call local.
Yeah.
That's what we've had to learn that because I work in mental health and I've had to call police bunches and bunches of times.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody runs away from the program, you got to call a missing person, all that kind of shit. So.
Yeah. But what I was getting at is that the interview, if I would have heard a guy that sounded so eager to have to shoot and kill someone, that guy should never be a fucking cop. I feel like most people are going to be like, well, I definitely don't want to. I hope that never fucking happens. But if I have to, if the situation calls for it,
if somebody puts me in a situation where it's my life or theirs, it's going to be my life every time.
Yeah, but that guy was just like an enthusiastic yes, and that was it.
He gave himself a C.
At all. Oh yeah, no, he started with a B. Remember?
Oh,
He
no, that's
started
right.
with
Yeah,
a
he
B.
started with a B. I thought
Yeah,
he
and then
started
the
with a
fucking
C and then
point
moved to a
now.
B. Are you
No,
sure?
no, no, no. No, he started with a B. I just watched it like a couple
God
hours ago,
damn.
dude. Yeah, he
Yeah, for
started
like
with
the
a
whole like
B.
murdering some lady in her own house for no reason thing.
Yeah,
Like he just
yeah,
snuck around the back without announcing or anything and just saw her in the window with a gun in her hand because, you know, there's some fucking creepo
yeah,
sneaking in around the back of her house. And then he just starts shooting her through the window.
yeah, dude. That
Like,
was again.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. If I was her family, I would be suing the fuck out of that police force too, for ever putting that
Well,
guy on the
and they don't
fucking
even
street.
question. They fired him already. Like he's fired and he's going to jail. Like it's like it has to be bad if they're not trying to hide it.
Yeah, yeah. Although again, yeah, why the fuck? Dude, yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just that hard on cops that they're like, well, we're gonna have to take some risks because nobody wants to do this job.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, I mean, they defunded the police. The less money you're paying and the less training the police get. Also, police unions are a really, really big issue. So I have
Oh
talked to a
yeah,
few police officers on VR chat before. People that are not like they're up in like the commanding area. Like they're not the fucking street cops. It's
right,
like the
right.
sergeant or the lieutenant. And they'll tell you like we know there's bad cops. We try to get them fired. The union will stop us every fucking time.
Yeah,
Even
that's one of those
even
things. Where,
the most psycho motherfucker that you never want a gun in his hand. Like we can't stop the unions from keeping them employed. Like they're like there's. We understand that the unions can help, you know, officers not be treated unfairly, and we respect that. But like, they're the reason a lot of
when
those
there's those
cops are
bad
still
apples,
on the fucking force.
yeah, when you know there's those bad apples that are giving your entire fucking profession a shitty
Yeah.
reputation, like you should, the rest of you, the good cops, which I still think, you know, a vast majority of cops, well, maybe not a vast majority, but a majority at
No,
least,
it's the vast majority.
you
In
know,
my
are not
experience, at
bad.
least, I've called a lot of police. I've only had one or two that were really bad. You know, like
Yeah,
the
okay, yeah, I was
dozens of
just being
other
a little
cops I've
careful
talked
with
to
it
were great.
because I haven't dealt with cops all that much, so you
Yeah,
know, I
I've
know
dealt with
you
a
have to the
ton of
job,
different police
people
officers.
wandering off.
Tons.
Yeah, yeah. So again, very few bad apples out there, you know.
Yeah.
But that's why you should be willing. I mean, I kind of understand that the union takes that attitude of like, oh, okay, we got to protect all our members or whatever, and they're a fucking member, even if they're fucking horrible. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think if they're fucking up that bad, you should
Yeah,
kick them out of
union
the fucking. Like,
and
you should vote them out.
companies and unions, the relationship between companies and unions is so bad because,
Yeah.
frankly, in a lot of cases, the unions have gone way too far. You know what I mean? And so, like, the companies can't even fire bad employees. It's just almost impossible. You know, it's like. So I understand
Yeah,
like
no,
why there's that animosity there. It's because the unions are like, hey, you got to pay your people fair and treat them fair, and give them like time off and vacation and sick pay and all that shit. And I agree with all of that, and I think most people would. But companies need to
right.
be able to get rid of lazy assholes that don't do their fucking job.
Yeah, that's
Or
the thing, and I've heard,
psychos that put
like,
everybody at risk because they're dangerous, you know, like, and
yeah,
unions protect all of that indiscriminately, and it's like there needs to be some way of figuring out like
yeah. Who's the people that are
some
giving
sort of
us a shitty
compromise in that
reputation?
respect, you know,
Yeah.
where like
Yeah,
there's a way for a company to say, hey, for this reason, even though they haven't done anything wrong yet, we suspect that their continued employment will be extremely dangerous.
right.
So we need to get rid of them. And the union to be
Yeah,
like, well, we
person needs
can't
to
argue
fuck
with this
out.
psychological evaluation or this other evaluation of what they do that eventually is going to get somebody hurt or something like that.
Yeah, there should be like it should be a pretty high. for kicking shitty people out of your union.
Should be a high bar. It should be a high bar to reach. Like, I'm not saying it should be easy for the company.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like a simple majority. 50.1% is enough to get you fucking kicked out or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there should definitely be something where, again, a vast majority of the members are going to be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Get him the fuck out of here.
It's or like if they're a detriment to the fucking reputation of your company for some reason.
Yeah, or to your union or whatever. Yeah. No, even like when I was working for Verizon, like there was no union involved in that. But like I would speak to the managers and shit, and they were like, yeah, basically like an employee has to do the same fucked up thing like at least 3 times before we can actually fire them, unless it's something like blatant fraud or stealing or that kind of shit.
Yeah. Some things are obvious enough that there's no real.
Yeah, there could be. I mean, technically, you could have an employee that's gotten written up twice for a bunch of different shit, and they can't fire him for doing the shitty job until he does that third thing, a third time.
Yeah,
it's they're very paranoid when it comes to that shit, man.
Yeah, as far as, labor laws are doing a pretty decent job of keeping companies in line about firing people for the most part. There are exceptions out there where some companies are just notoriously bad
fucking horrible.
Yeah, to work for, and people quit or get fired all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand you're worried about getting sued for wrongful termination or whatever. But yeah,
like one of the things.
If you got a union, 90% of them are saying get rid. We don't want this fucking guy in our union. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. There just needs to be something to be able to be done for people in certain kinds of positions where you say, like, we have reason to believe that this person is enough of a risk in the future that we don't feel safe continuing their employment. Like, we know they're going to hurt somebody. We know they're going to be an issue. Because as of right now, it's like, oh, well, they did this, like, I think that cop had, like, sexually harassed one of his fucking other female officers there, like, groped her inappropriately. The one that killed the guy.
Thought when I heard that, I thought he was saying that was something that happened, like, as a civilian. That actually happened on the job?
Yeah, I think he actually, like, fucking groped one of his fellow police officers, and they still couldn't fire him.
Wow.
And it's like...
I would have thought that was a one-time, one-strike-you're-out situation, but wow,
fucking police unions are that good.
Wow. Yeah, that seems like up there with fraud and theft and that kind of shit. I would have thought that. Yeah,
well,
I mean, it's one thing if he just makes an inappropriate
what's he going to do
comment.
to some poor lady he pulled over to give a traffic ticket to?
Yeah.
How many people did he molest on the fucking highway? Like, legitimately?
Yeah. Without any body cam footage to fucking show him doing it.
Where my coworker
there's no way we're gonna prove
grew up, like her neighborhood had a lot of drugs and shit, and the drug cops would go around and fuck all the like 16 and 17-year-old girls in the area, and get like the information out of them because the girls thought they liked them, to go figure out who they were gonna bust. It was part of their investigation.
For grown-ass cops to fuck teenagers?
30-year-old cop to go fuck a 16-year-old to get information on a drug dealer in the neighborhood. That was essentially like how they figured out where all the drug dealers were. That's always how they figured it out.
Nah, that's amazing.
Pretty fucking gross.
Crazy, dude. Yeah. God damn. I hope the age of consent was at least 16 in that state.
Not in California, I don't think.
Oh wow, yeah, no, it's probably 18, right?
Pretty sure California's 18.
Either way,
it's not like I need. I'm not going to be fucking some 18-year-old or some 16-year-old.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering the legality.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Let's see.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, is it one of those states where it's 14, like fucking Alabama or whatever? I don't know how low it goes in the U.S. actually,
There's a
but
state where
I know
it's
some
fucking
states is not
14.
17 or 18. I don't know if
California is
there's states.
18.
I know, like, if I think I remember that Germany for some reason like is 14, which is fucking insane. Hold on, I gotta look it up. I don't know if there's any actual states in the U.S. Yeah, I gotta look that up.
I'm gonna look up there's a list. Age of
Yeah.
consent in the United States.
There's probably some that are 15. I assume that most of them
Arkansas
are going to
is
be
by
15.
age, 14 by authority, unrestricted. Let's
Wow.
see.
Oh, I said Alabama. That's
Another
close.
one, as long as their age difference does not exceed a specified amount. So, there are no states where it's under 16. There are a lot of states where it's 16 and then it's 18.
Yeah, I think it's 17 here in Arizona.
And it's 16 as long as you're not like their teacher or anything like that.
Yeah, you're not in a position of authority. Yeah.
Although some it's just 16 unrestricted, but that's like America, Samoa. Colorado is 17, where it's just straight up 17, you're legal. Hawaii, 16, you're legal. Indiana, Iowa, Kansas are 16. Louisiana is 17. Maine is 16. Massachusetts is 16. Mississippi is 16. Missouri is 17. And then Montana is 16, as well as Nebraska, Nevada, North Carolina. Oddly, North Carolina is 16. And I don't know where South Carolina is. Oh, that's also 16. Never mind. Okay, I was going to say. There's a lot of 16s, man. Wow. Washington is 21.
Crazy.
16 as long as you're not in a position of authority. And then a lot of them have age of consent between 13 and 15 and 16, but it's restricted by age. So, like,
yeah,
it would be like 16 and
18
is fine, but 16 and 20 is not. You know, like that kind of thing, as opposed to like.
I mean, that makes sense, because again, you don't want to have two 17-year-olds that are dating, and then one of them turns 18, and then like one day,
and then he's got to go to jail because the parents didn't like him or something.
Yeah. So that makes sense that there's a little bit of a year or two leeway or whatever.
But yeah, so that's
to avoid that kind of bullshit.
There's nothing under 13. But 13 is all in the, like, there's a bunch where 13 is in the, like, 13 and category. So, like, 13 and 15 is legal, 13 and 17 would not be legal, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of them that are 16, where, like, so in Alabama, you could fuck a 16-year-old provided you didn't, you weren't, like, a teacher or her boss at work or something like that.
Yeah, some place of, they call it either like a position of trust and or authority, like something like that. Yeah,
if you're not in a position of trust or authority, that's
like
exactly
a teacher
what it
top,
is.
Any of that shit, which makes sense.
But there's a surprising number where it's 16 just flat out. Like America Samoa is 16, Colorado is 17. Georgia is just 16. Like you're there's no other rules. It's 16 is that's when you're legal.
So teachers can fuck their 16-year-old students.
Same with
totally legal.
Let's see. Kansas is also unrestricted altogether. Massachusetts? I don't know anything about Massachusetts other than they're like crazy with their fucking. If you drive through our state, you have to pay our vehicle registration. Fucking nonsense. Mississippi, that's not surprising that would just be 16 across the board. Montana, really? 16? Nebraska and Nevada. Nevada surprised me.
Yeah, that is kind of odd, especially prostitution being fucking legal.
Oh, does that mean you can have a 16-year-old hooker in fucking Nevada?
Certainly sounds that way.
I mean, because they're legal to consent, right? I mean,
yeah, I would imagine that it would. I don't know for sure, but it seems like that would be would be the case,
I
right?
can see them having a minimum age for prostitution. Let me see here.
Yeah, you can't do it professionally. You can fuck all you want, but you can do it professionally until you're 18.
Nevada. Prostitutes must be at
Yeah,
least 18 years old.
Oh, it does have to be.
And employed by their own free will, according to the license for brothels in Nevada.
Right, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, if you're not a legal adult, you're going to get a fucking, you know.
Could you be a 16-year-old boy and go to a whorehouse?
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I imagine you'd be hard-pressed. Well, I mean, if you're paying the money, they probably would do it, but...
Yeah. All right, now, if you're a 16-year-old girl and you want to get a fucking gigolo, or is it just restricted to boys? Like, if you're, you know, an ugly 16-year-old that, you know, can't get laid, and again, that's theoretical, because, again, it's very difficult to be so disgusting that you can't find some dude to fuck you. Like, that's an incredibly rare situation.
Let's see.
There's some
Can a
fucking
16-year-old
kids out
go
there
to a
that are getting
brothel?
dicked down. No bite.
I'm not finding anything about this because it's just a dumb question. But, I mean, it doesn't say... I haven't seen anything that says no. I see one where somebody's like, no, you can't go to a brothel at 16, you're a minor. But it doesn't say anything about, like, Nevada. It's just in general. And I'm like, so they're just assuming...
Right. Yeah. Like, they're not actually... didn't look it up. They're just,
wait. Somebody posted a response to that to say, like...
that's enough.
At the Bunny Ranch, you have to be 18 and older. And then you have to be 21 to get served at the bar. You can go there, but you can't be served or serviced.
Their policy, or is that the law, or is that just that Bunny Ranch's policy?
Yeah, I don't know. No, none of the lawyers answered. There's just people with like their own fucking opinions. But it was somebody actually asking about the Nevada thing. When I clicked through, I didn't realize it.
All right.
And the question is asked from Laughlin, Nevada, on September 4th of 2017. So presumably that guy eventually got to go to a brothel.
Yeah.
Because let's be fair. We all know that was a dude that asked. We all know because he's in Laughlin, Nevada. He was thinking, I can go out and buy a hooker at 16. I'm assuming it was his birthday, 2004, September 4th. You know. He's like, I just turned 16 and I got all this birthday money. Can I go get my dick sucked at the fucking Bunny Ranch? You know, like, can I go take a road trip with my buddies?
I saved all my bar mitzvah money just so I could fuck at the Bunny Ranch.
Isn't bar mitzvah like 15?
Yeah, that's why I said saved all the money.
Oh, saved. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough.
Or quinceañera if you're, you know, a Hispanic woman.
I think I mean, obviously it's a dumb question because I have a feeling like you'd be hard pressed to find the brothel lady who's like, yeah, sure, 16 is fine with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe if it was a hooker that was 18, she'd be like, I'm not that much older, whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, they're just paying for money. Yeah. Mississippi, that's not surprising that Mississippi would just be straight 16.
Yeah.
Kentucky being 18? Well, Montana is 16. 16, just that's it. There's no other. It's just 16 when you're age of consent.
What's Louisiana's?
I think it is 17. Yeah, 17.
Oh, wow, okay. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, no, I knew these, a couple of degenerate dudes from there that had moved back. And the dude was like in his fucking late 20s and was dating like a fucking 15-year-old. Literally, like, yeah, like when they'd, you know, be at a party and like cops would show up or something.
The cops like have to struggle not to fucking shoot him.
Yeah, well, dude, it's here's the thing, dude. Like the bitch actually told the cops, like, yeah, that's my boyfriend, and they were just like, we're going to let you off with a warning, but if we see you two together again, then we're going to arrest you. I'm like, wow, okay.
Wait, is it legal though?
No. Again, dude was again. If you're telling me it's 17, the girl was like
Oh,
15, and he was like in his late 20s.
17 in Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now, if he was to go to
Yeah, so they
Georgia,
let him off with a fucking warning, dude.
that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Now, if it was
Yeah.
Georgia, 16 would have been fine. They'd have probably been like, you should keep that under wraps till he's a little older.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see.
why would you not
Washington
bitch
is
be like,
21 years is the age of consent, and 16 is the age of consent as long as it's not by no authority.
the authority figure?
Yeah. But the main age of consent. So if you wanted to like be a high school teacher and bang your student, they have to be 21 when you do it. So you'd have to be a college teacher to fuck your students. You couldn't do it in.
Yeah, I'm sure that never happens.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. Wyoming is 17. West Virginia 16. That's not a surprise. No, I think most of the states are like 18. But yeah, I know Germany is like 14.
Yeah. That's the one that I was kind of always reminded of when that comes up. Like, it's fucking 14 in Germany. That's insane. And I learned that from Archer, from the show Archer.
Let's see, in Europe.
Yeah, because I think he even makes a comment on it. You're like, what the fuck, Germany? What do you, like the fucking Alabama of Europe?
Let's see, so Albania, it's 14. Andorra, it's 14. Armenia is 16. But Andorra has the authority thing. Albania has the sexual maturity thing.
No bite, no eat, though.
Austria is 14. That seems kind of savage.
What was it? 13?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay, yeah.
It has to be. Oh no, wait. You can lower the age of consent to 13 if the other party is not more than 3 years older.
Jesus, dude.
So somebody is 16-year-old
16,
and they're dating a 13-year-old. You know,
jeez, dude, that's really
that's a
pushing
little. I mean, it's not. It makes me feel squitchy. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like at the same time, it's like that's not the worst thing. It's 16 and 13.
Yeah. I don't know. Even 15 to 13's like, you know, the younger you get,
some
the more the
13-year-olds
age
are more mature than
matters.
others. So, like, to be fair, like, if it was a really mature 13-year-old and a really immature 16-year-old, I wouldn't be upset. You know, I would be like, it's a little questionable, but you know, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Though, like, the younger you go, the bigger the age difference.
But the very
matters.
Minimum age in Austria for sexual acts is 12.
Yeah. All right.
They just have a big old fucking paragraph there. Let's see. Azerbaijan is 16. Belarus, Belgium, both 16. Bosnia and Herzegovina, 14. There are a lot of fucking 14s and 15s, man.
Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my man's.
Denmark is 15. Czech Republic, I'm not surprised at 15. Estonia is 16. Finland is 16. There's a little more. France is 15. Well, that's not surprising. French are kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Germany is 14. Yeah, we're still right about that.
Thank you, Archer. Appreciate the info.
Almost entirely 14 and 15 is the age of consent throughout Europe, man. That's kind of fucking gross. There's a few 16s, but I haven't seen a single 18.
Wow. Or even 17, no?
No, I think I saw 117, but I don't remember which one it was, and I'm not scrolling back. Russia is 16. That's not surprising. Russia's got a big, long fucking paragraph after that, so 16 might be like, you know, age of authority and all that shit. Or if it's Putin, it's whatever you want. Yeah, there's a lot of places you could go traveling and banging 14-year-olds and it'd be perfectly legal. Let's see. The age limit of sexual acts in Slovakia is 15. Any person who has intercourse with a person less than 15-year-old goes to jail 3 to 10 years. Oh, they used to ban homosexual acts entirely. But the age limit for restriction of homosexual acts is now 18. You can't be gay until you're 18. Oh, now it's 15 all around. Okay. It used to be, for a while, you couldn't be gay until you were 18. But now it's just 15. Free and clear, you can be gay or straight and have sex in Slovakia. Spain is 16. That's not bad. Sweden is 15. You know, I wonder. Wow, the UK is 16. It seems young for. Here's the thing that gets me, right? Would any of these people be okay with a 16-year-old doing porn? But they're like 16 is the age of consent? Because I'm fine with saying, like, under 18, bets are off. You know? Like, unless it's an extreme age difference, we're not going to fuck with it. But you know, but 18 is the cutoff for, like, after 18. You know, like, you can't be 19 and sleeping with a 12-year-old or something like that. You can only sleep with 18-year-olds. I wonder what the consent in Africa or Asia is. Were we curious, or is this kind of dumb? Oh, no. Is he gone?
Yeah. No, I'm here, man. Sorry. I was looking up the... this all reminded me of the Anna Kournikova, Sergei Fedorov thing back in, like, the 90s or something. Anna Kournikova is a tennis player. Really hot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Sergei Fedorov was, like, one of the best hockey players ever. They're both Russian. And there's rumors that they had been dating since she was like 15 and like he was in his mid to late 20s, because they were making a big deal about it when she was playing at like the US Open, like here in the US.
Well, 14 and 15 seem to be the primary ages of consent in most countries in Europe and stuff. So
no,
Africa's got like one place where it's 13.
Yeah, there. Stop it.
And actually, like about half of Africa is 18 is the age of consent.
Interesting.
And then there's a lot of like 15, 16, and 17 little areas around. But it's at least 16 and 18 is the vast majority. There are 5 countries in Africa where you have to be married to have sex.
Oh, wow.
And then there's one country where they just don't fucking know. Yeah, this is a long-ass list, and I'm not going to go through it. That would be boring as shit. I'm curious as to Asia, if there's anything crazy in Asia. Oh, Asia has a lot of no gay laws. Like, you can't be gay until you're a certain age.
Wow. Come on, boobs.
Oh, there's a lot of 18s in fucking Asia. Wow. Europe is kind of fucking degenerate, man.
Kind of trashy? Yeah.
Europe is fucking degenerate. Because, like, I'm comfortable with 18. Like, I understand, like, there's going to be outliers.
Yeah.
There's going to be people under and over the age of consent that either can or can't consent reasonably to sex just mentally, like whether they're capable or not. I'm sure there's plenty of 16-year-olds that can consent no matter what, like they understand. But I still feel like 18 is a reasonable age to be like, yeah, you can no fucking girls in high school. Like, we just say that if you're an adult. Oh man. I burned a bunch of shit today.
All right. So yeah, what I'm looking at is this article I'm looking at. Yeah, she was 16 and he was 28.
That's fucking weird to me, but
yeah,
probably legal in most of the areas there.
Yeah, well, they're both Russian. So Russia may be just weird like that.
A GB, Russian, the age of consent is 16.
Let's see. Oh, she's got a Wikipedia. Of course she has a Wikipedia. What the fuck am I thinking? Yeah, she doesn't look all that great now. Ugh. Come on. Where is it? There you go. Live. Pavel Bure. Okay. I don't know. That was in their 18. Okay, that was a different one. She dated Enrique Iglesias. All right.
Oh, that's cool. I like Enrique Iglesias' music. He's a good singer.
Yeah. I guess she was already on a. That's okay, but yeah, it would appear that the relationship with Fedorov was like best case scenario. She was 16, 28, if not 15 and 27.
Okay, I'm not approving it or defending it. I'm just saying, like, I can see how that happens because they probably don't have a lot of interaction with people outside of that sport. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be training with a lot of those people. You're going to be hanging out in the same areas as a lot of those people. So, like, I can see her developing a crush on another, like, tennis player who she's super into, and he's well known.
Yeah. Well, he was a hockey player, but yeah.
But like that's there's certain sort of like like you're gonna want to date other athletes sort of thing. Like that thing. Yeah. I just don't understand why he would see a 16-year-old and be like, well, I'm 28 and she's 16. That's perfectly reasonable. Like I feel like it's gross.
Right. Yeah. No, it's odd. But again, it's they're both Russian. They're both super, very famous. So that's not a whole lot of people are going to be able to relate to you know what I mean? I'm sure.
They probably live on a fucking compound together then if they're Russian athletes. Like, they're probably encouraged to be with each other because they're like, we don't want to have to spy on your boyfriends and girlfriends too.
So you get them all in one place. Yeah. You get all the surveillance. Killing two birds with one stone kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh man, so I burned a bunch of old tax records today. That took a lot longer than I had thought. So it turns out you don't have to keep your tax records forever.
Right.
So I had all of my W-2s and pay stubs from the first job I ever worked till now.
Oh, wow. God damn, dude.
So it was...
What is the...
It's what like is the 5 years for audit, I think. 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm not concerned because all that stuff is digitally stored. Because I do my taxes online. So that's digitally stored with that company. And then all my pay stubs are digitally stored with the company my company does payroll through. So like I don't need to have like the physical record because it's all available digitally to me for all of it. But I still have all these old pay stubs from like the better part of like 20 some odd years.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah. Although I guess I probably have a bunch of shit here, but I don't.
I also had like 3 or 4 handbooks for my company from way back.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was a pretty big fire for a while there.
Oh yeah, fucking handbooks. Jesus Christ,
and then the packaging, the box I had everything in apparently played home to a bunch of rats for a while. So there was also a bunch of rat shit all through the whole thing. So I burned a bunch of rat turds. So I was definitely sitting a
Damn.
good distance from the fireplace for that part.
Still safer than a gender reveal party, so
Yeah, I mean it was all in
you're
a
all right.
fireplace. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did soak everything down with rubbing alcohol and light it on fire at one point.
And it's like, fuck this. I need some accelerants here.
Yeah, and stuff wasn't catching, so it was like I gotta fucking.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, but it's all like together. Like if you crumpled it all up, but again, if you're gonna do that, that's gonna take a while to just crumple everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Oh, crumpling it? No, I was not crumpling anything. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mostly way too much shit.
But it was very satisfying. I did pull out my I had my college degree in there. My college degree, my college certificate. I have an automotive certificate, which is essentially like an associate's degree, but an automotive certificate, like work.
Yeah, specifically for automotive shit.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But yeah, that was very exciting, and I wonder how safe that was now, because I'm like there was a lot of fucking old fucking shit with urine and feces and.
Yeah. I would hope that you weren't inhaling any of that fucking smoke.
I was being very careful. Like I started by burning like 3 pay stubs together, just to make sure that the chimney had like a good solid draw, and I didn't need to like fuck with the flue or something.
Yeah, or it's not like backing up into the house for some reason.
Exactly. And I still opened up the big door next to it and left it open for a good 20 minutes after I was done, when everything was all reduced to ashes. And I had to stir the ashes like 30 fucking times. Little bits of paper here and there that were not burning because they were just buried in ash, and like, you break it down and the ash breaks smaller and smaller pile. And then, like the paper gets into smaller and smaller little pieces until eventually it's all gone. But goddamn, I burned my hand a little bit, just like my hand is kind of almost sunburned compared to the other one now.
Oh, wow.
It's just like a little bit redder.
Yeesh.
Because I did not anticipate how strong the flame would be from just a bunch of like little fucking pieces of paper and shit.
Yeah, if it catches fast enough, dude, that's a lot of fuel for a fire. Yep. But yeah, I would imagine that some of it just gets like, there's so much ash that it's literally piled under it and it starves it of oxygen, so it can't burn, I assume. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh yeah,
ash
for sure.
Is generally not super thick, but yeah, you get enough ash, it will fucking.
Well, especially like the employee handbooks, like it would burn the cover and then like the first page or two, and then you'd like poke and dig and pull it up and separate the pages again.
Yeah.
They weren't
ones that are in like
they weren't like in binders, not like 3-ring binders. There was no metal. It was like right. There's paper folders where it's got like a little like you could put the paper holder in your folder in your like it was like it just has a little pocket on one side and a pocket on the other side, and it's like a harder form of paper.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking it was like the one, just a tiny little one that kind of you use as like a spine, and then has like a clear cover sheet or whatever.
No.
Like a clear plastic cover sheet or something.
No, but, there was maybe like
no, not that.
2 or 3 envelopes that had like little plastic windows, but that's as much plastic as got in there. No, it was just like packets that were stuffed in the sides of like regular paper binders.
Gotcha.
Kind of cheesy and cheap and dumb looking. But very satisfying to just burn all this shit and clear up all this space. I had like this big plastic trash, or not big plastic trash can, big plastic treasure chest that I had all that paperwork in. And it just got so overfull, and I wasn't using it for anything. Like all my important documents are like in other places, like my birth certificate and my my high school diploma and my like certificate for my car and stuff like that. So I was like, why am I keeping this box of shit that I'm never going to go through?
Yeah, I hear you.
Went through and found a
shit
bunch
adds
of old
up
fucking
before you
software
fucking
from the
realize
90s in it too, like Windows software from the 90s.
Wow, noise.
Those didn't get burned; they got thrown in the trash because they're. I don't want to fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens when you burn a CD, if it's good or bad or dangerous or not, but it doesn't seem
probably
like
not
a good plan.
ideal. But I would want to see exactly what a CD looks like, exposed to a prolonged flame.
Oh, I've seen people burn CDs. I just don't know like the chemicals that are released, whether it's like cool or not cool.
Probably not, but whatever.
I'm not super worried about it. I just didn't figure. Like, I just like didn't want my neighbors whining.
All right. Yeah.
And I didn't want to leave any sort of lingering chemical smell. I waited till my mom went and drove up to her sister's. I don't know if she would care if I burned anything. I don't imagine she would be that upset. But
either way,
she
probably the best to
she has she has her chair that she sits in and reads her books on her computer and watches her stuff on her computer right next to the fireplace.
Oh,
so I didn't want to do that and have her like not be able to sit in her normal like place where she just chills and relaxes during the day, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
She gets up and she goes and she does her gardening and she does,
smell.
random chores around the house. So she's got like whatever. I just don't want her to be having to sit there and be like, oh, now it smells like burnt plastic right next to me all fucking for the next week or some shit. Didn't want to be that.
Yeah, because some of those smells like that do sometimes linger for a long fucking time. So
hence why as soon as I started everything on fire, after I made sure the chimney draw was proper, I opened the door across the room because the door is like 6 feet away from the fireplace. Is a big sliding glass door, so it was like
nice.
Plenty of airflow, nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, well ventilated.
Yep,
I hear you.
Especially with all that fucking rat stuff in there, who knows what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, do you know the fucking most of those ventilators they made such a big deal out of are all just being thrown away as scrap, never even having been used?
Yeah, dude.
Thousands upon thousands of them.
So incredibly fucked up and wasteful, dude.
God, I'd just be...
I'm sure they fucking knew that shit, too. That's what's most irritating, is like, yeah, this was just a fucking payoff to the fucking these medical companies or whatever. Yeah, we're going to buy a bunch because we're going to definitely need them. And then they're just fucking scrapping them for nothing.
Yeah, they're selling them for fucking scrap metal. That's all. Yeah, it's not even like... They're not even being sold like... Why not at least send them to like third world countries?
Yeah.
If they don't have them, be like, hey, how do you guys set for medical equipment in Guam, or fucking Venezuela or whatever,
Yeah, it'd be surprising if there wasn't someplace in the world
that you could have fucking sold them that are perfectly functional.
Yeah.
Never been used before. Like, I feel like our tax money went to making them, right? So shouldn't we have some say in the disposal of them?
Yeah. Because
I'd rather see Ethiopia get like 1,000 fucking ventilators than 1,000 ventilators just getting torn down for scrap metal.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Like, yeah, I don't even care if you don't fucking sell them. Like, I'd rather you fucking have to ship them at your cost for free than see them just scrapped for fucking, Or maybe not,
I'm fine with that.
I guess you'd probably want to at least, you'd at least want them to cover the shipping or something maybe. But if not, they can't do it. Just fucking ship them to them, you fucking assholes.
You know what, though? Like,
it seems pretty shitty.
You can defray the shipping cost in other ways. like get benefits in trade deals or something.
Right.
You know, so like there's all sorts of ways you can make that work out.
Yeah. Yeah, Ethiopia has to have something of value. I know
Well,
Starbucks for the longest time carried some kind of Ethiopian coffee. Get a bunch of Ethiopian free coffee.
it's not intelligence. I'm sorry, but on numerous occasions when the Ethiopians were like complaining about, you know, food, because they're always complaining about not having enough food, they've been sent animals to start herds over and over and over, seeds to plant, and they just eat all of it.
Wow.
Even though they're like even when there's enough food, like
Wait,
they
eat
don't
the
need
seeds?
to fucking eat the seeds. They don't ever plant the farms. They don't ever fucking raise the herds. They just eat everything they're sent and then like ask for more.
Jesus.
And so it's like, how many times do you ask to try to help before you just say, you know, you guys, good luck.
Wow.
Not that I would object to them getting a bunch of fucking ventilators. I'm just saying, you know, there's only so much you can do
they
before
might
you
do
gotta say,
something even
like, good,
more
you're on your
wasteful
own,
with
buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, we use these to ventilators to tan the hides off of the animals that we kill or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty
Yeah,
funny.
sorry, I actually looked up Ethiopia to see what their fucking exports are. Looks like, yeah, coffee's number one, gold. There's apparently a category that's just called other oily seeds. That's their third biggest export. And then other vegetables, that's number 4. Cut flowers is number 5. So it's exporting mostly to the United Arab Emirates, United States, Somalia, Saudi Arabia, and Germany. Imports: wheat, refined petroleum, gas turbines, package. That can't be the right word. Medicaments. Packaged medicaments. It's MEDICAMENTS. I've never seen that word before.
Medicaments?
No. Medicaments. MEDICA.
Hold on, let me type this out as you're saying
medicament.
it.
Okay. MED like
MED?
David, I, C like Charlie, A Apple, M Michael, E Edward, N November, T Thomas, S Sierra. Well, I guess that's the plural. You don't need the S.
Medicaments. I've never seen that word either. Okay. Sorry, when it's that many letters long,
right.
I can't picture that many letters in my head that easily.
Yeah, no, I hear you, dude.
So I just had to type it in just so I could just see what it fucking... Medicaments. I mean, I assume it's medicaments. That sounds right.
Yeah, it could be
right
the
to
wrong
me.
thing. Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking up the definition right now. A substance used for medical treatment. Medicament.
Okay. So medicine.
Yeah, and actually, like the thing you click down, it says other words for. What is another word for medicaments? Medicine, remedy, are the first two choices. So essentially, they're just importing medications.
Yeah. All right. Oh, when I searched it, yeah. One of the not surprisingly, I guess, one of the most common question asked: what is the difference between medication and medicament?
Is there?
In a sense, medicine and medicine. Oh, it just says medication. That's not saying the same thing. Yeah, I guess it's just, because the letters are all the same. The first letters are the same.
Yeah,
and then
medicament is just like
just
fucking
T-I-O-N.
from the fucking 1800s or some crazy shit. It's like, it sounds like one of those words that just kept getting used because it was an easy label in business for some reason. So it's been preserved in a really specific niche area, but nobody else ever uses it, and it just doesn't serve any purpose other than like contract law. You know what I mean? Because legal. There's a
Yeah.
lot of terms like in law where you use these terms,
Oh yeah.
but only in law. Like medicament sounds like it's sort of
Yeah, they
contract
have a
law
different
word.
meaning, a different there's a different legal meaning than there is like common usage or whatever.
Or there's a specific
yeah,
legal
or not-
meaning that
not
makes
legal.
it different enough from medication and medicine that it's still used in contracts, but like nobody fucking knows why other
Yeah,
than the
no,
lawyers
yeah.
anymore. You know,
There's yeah, nobody outside of formal, people using formal legal language are
Yeah.
ever using it.
no
Yeah,
one else is ever going to know it,
Yeah.
use it, ever come across it, or even wonder about it. Like I would bet you, if you went to the ER and you got like a fucking a packet of fucking ibuprofen left on your bedside table that you took, they'd be like, it was a medicament, or something.
All right, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the definition. Says something that treats or prevents or alleviates the symptoms of disease. Yeah, and synonyms, of course: medication, medicinal drug, and medicine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got to be illegal or formal. A word that's only used in like formal bullshit.
Yeah, legal or for business purposes.
All right. Hey, we learned something today.
Not anything useful.
That's real.
But we learned something.
Yeah, and I was going to say, not anything that's going to have any practical use in our lives ever, but whatever.
Oh man. Oh, I saw the craziest
I'm still
fucking
learning anything. I'm counting it as a win.
Cops are bad videos earlier today. Where it was the dude was one of those insufferable fucking sovereign citizen people. But like he was just swimming in a pool doing laps, like a public pool. Some lady came and told him he needed to leave, and he rightfully ignored her. So she goes and gets her husband.
Right.
Oh no! First she gets in and starts swimming laps, going the opposite, like perpendicular to fucking get in his way. And so he just waits until she's not in front of him, and then does his lap, and then basically it's like, all right, we'll play this game. I'll do it all day. Then she goes and gets her husband. Her husband shows up, brandishes a gun. He pulls up his shirt and so he shows the guy his gun. Hey, get the fuck out of here! I got a gun in my shirt, right? So the fucking police arrest the guy who was there, who was swimming and had nothing and didn't have the gun. Like the guy, he called them, and they arrested him and drove around for 4 or 5 hours and let the couple go. Because he's a sovereign citizen.
Oh wow! So
and it's like,
because he was fucking annoying,
ridiculous.
They justified it,
and they're not doing anything about like the police that arrested him.
Wow!
So literally, he talks to the first set of cops that get there. They go in and talk to those people and start watching the video. A bunch of other cops show up, including some fucking psycho bitch. She gets out of the car, pulls the gun, and just starts screaming at him.
Jesus!
Like he's done absolutely nothing but stand there in a bathing suit, clearly not carrying any guns.
What the fuck?
And
where
she
did this
just gets
happen?
out and fucking handcuffs him, and they arrest him, drive him around for 4 hours, take him to the station, and then let him go.
Wow!
And it's like, what the fuck? And they never charged that couple.
Jesus, dude. Where did this happen again?
I don't know where it was. I don't remember the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. I was just curious. Not necessary to.
I don't remember the state offhand. That's it was like.
Yeah, no worries.
It was just one of those things where, and I'm positive because the other part of the video was him going in and doing that stupid sovereign citizen bullshit. Like why do you have a police car parked at fucking the Home Depot all the time? Why is there a police car out in front of Home Depot 24/7? Why are we the tax? Why are we paying for this? Like who's funding it? Who agreed to do that, and why are they doing it? Like dumb shit. And get himself thrown out of the police station because he won't fucking have a conversation without being extremely hostile. So I understand.
Yeah, like
dude's
it is kind of
an
weird,
asshole,
but
and they don't like him, and they know him, and they know he's an asshole.
Yeah.
But like, you don't
Yeah, no, he's an annoying prick. I'm
arrest
sure.
the guy and then let this other guy go for a felony.
Yeah, no,
That's insane.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. Like, dude, I get that he's annoying and you fucking deal with him and
If
you want to
nothing
fuck
else,
him
a
over.
homeboy
But
that thinks he
I
gets to just
understand the
whip a
urge.
gun out and fucking scare whoever he wants.
Yeah.
Because his wife
Yeah,
is
no, I
upset.
understand the urge
That guy
to
needs to
do
be
that,
arrested
but
and go to
actually
jail and get that fucking gun taken away.
Yeah, no, like I said, I understand the urge to want to fuck with that guy, but like legally, you're a fucking cop. You can't fucking just be like, oh, he's a dick, so I'm gonna fuck with him and ignore this guy that pulled a gun on a dude for not leaving when his wife, again, I assume has no authority to make him leave.
It's not like they were in some sort of person's house or private property where
that
guy would have had some sort of
They're
authority
basically
to
treating
throw
it
him
like,
out.
yeah, like he jumped in their backyard pool and was swimming in it or something.
Yeah, I can understand.
Then it would make sense.
Scaring a guy I can understand shooting a guy with a gun in that situation, but
yeah, but a public pool, like, what the fuck grounds did she have for telling him to leave? Yeah, that's very fucking, dude. Yeah, that's definitely seems like there should be a lawsuit going on there.
Oh, there is. There's a lawsuit in the works right now. So no way to know how that ends.
Right on.
A lot of the people who post on the Lackluster channel are like sovereign citizen channels of their own.
Oh, right.
I think, and it's
I don't know. I don't necessarily mind the like them and the First Amendment auditors guys, but if they're going out of their way to be assholes, it's kind of like, dude, come on. There's a way you can do this without being that obnoxious.
Someone just knocking at my door. I'll be 1 sec.
Yeah, no problem. Get that ball. Get it, Poppers. Shoes on. Get it, Poppers. Yeah, there you go. Give me that ball. Get it? Go get the ball.
Sorry about that. It was a package and letting me know they weren't cooking dinner tonight.
Yeah. Oh, so, okay.
Which is fine. We've got all sorts of shit I can throw in the microwave or cook myself or whatever. I'm not at all concerned.
Yeah. Right on. It's always nice.
But it was nice of them to deliver me my package. This is very polite.
Indeed. Go get the ball. Go get the ball, dummy.
I have no idea what the package is. I ordered some fucking... I finally, for some reason, I don't know why, I've never ordered these before. But, there's all sorts of as seen on TV products that are just nonsense, right?
Yeah, a vast majority of them, yeah.
Yeah,
not
the
all
vast
of them.
Majority of them.
What'd you get?
The grocery bag hooks? Where it's like a big, beefy plastic handle with a hook on each side. And you can just fucking put the handles of the grocery bags over the hooks and carry like 10 fucking grocery bags in one hand. Without having the fucking plastic cutting into your fingers.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Because Safeway charges for... So we get our bags brought to the car, right? And Safeway charges per bag, like the fucking... The bags now, they have plastic bags, even though they were... We couldn't use plastic bags because those were too dangerous for the environment. But now they have plastic bags that you pay 10 cents a pop for. And, which I strongly believe is 5 cents more than they pay. Because
I doubt they're losing money.
We get
or even just breaking
fucking ridiculous amount of them in every order we make when we get our groceries brought out to the car.
So they're not even filling up the bags. They'll just be like, there's 2 things in there.
Yeah.
Enough.
So like there'll
Next
be like
bag.
pork chops in a bag by itself, and then like ground beef in another bag by itself. And then there'll be like a gallon of milk in a bag, and like you get 2 gallons. We get a gallon or 2 gallons of milk every week, and it'll be they put the gallons of milk in a bag.
So something that doesn't even need to be bagged.
Yeah, shit like that. And then there'll be like, like 2 cans of something in a bag, and then like 4 cans of something else in another bag. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like
so they're basically finding any excuse possible to separate the shit out. Like, oh, we can't have this type of can
and I
with that
understand
type of can.
packing light. Like, I understand not wanting to
Right.
pack, 50 pounds in one bag because, you might be bringing an order out to some fucking little old lady who's never going to be able to get that out of her car, and she's going to have to fucking carry all this shit one thing at a time.
Right, right.
Like, I get that. But this goes way beyond that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. No, like I said, I assume they've come up with every possible fucking reason for why they can't put any more of whatever different type of shit in a bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
literally,
we gotta,
I would not give a shit if my ground beef and pork and all that shit was in one bag.
Yeah, put the meat
You
all
know
in a
what I mean?
bag, and then the produce all in
Yeah.
another bag. You just don't put meat and produce in the same bag, or meat with anything else,
No bite. Stop it.
Here's the one that gets me that we get all the time, and it fucking infuriates me. The number of times the avocados have been stuffed in the same bag as the canned food is insane.
Oh, wow. Yeah, something that would be like putting like bananas or something that's easily bruised in with a bunch of fucking cans
the
or
bananas
something.
are always in their own special paper bag now.
Yeah, well,
And
that's
then
good
inside the paper bag, they're in a plastic bag. So they put the bananas in a produce bag, and then put the produce bag in a paper bag, like the kind you would get like if you went and bought a bunch of bagels or muffins or something.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
charge
They're
you for
like,
a paper
I don't
bag
know.
too?
No, I know we get charged. We don't get charged for that. That's just really fucking stupid.
Yeah. No, I remember when I would go to Carlsbad or whatever, shop at the Ralph's, and they would always charge for 10 cents per bag. Although, I'm sure they got them cheaper than that, obviously, but there were like way more heavy duty plastic bags than we get at like my local grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually fucking like, dude, we should save some of these because these are fucking pretty good quality.
I've used the bags we get from Safeway for other shit a bunch of times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're
the
pretty
ones we have
fucking
here,
strong.
we don't get, they don't charge for them, but they're very flimsy. Like, if you're gonna put 2 liters, like two 2-liters in a bag, you're gonna double bag, like, you know what I mean? Single bag for like 2
the
2-liters.
number of times
is very iffy.
Get
out of there.
The plastic bags we get, those
Get out of there.
like bottles like Ocean Spray juice.
Come on, get out of there.
But
God damn you, dog. Hey, get out of there. Get out. He's starting to realize that I'm not wanting to raise my voice, so he's being an annoying little fucker. My grandpa.
Bottles of juice you buy from like Ocean Spray?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, because then I figure that way you know exactly the size. Numerous occasions we'll get like one bag with 4 of those in there.
Oh, wow.
And the bag's fine. So, I mean, as far as the bag being sturdy, that's fine. And I can carry that no problem. But, like,
Yeah, any old lady.
So, clearly it's not a weight issue that they're working with. Because if it was a weight issue, that would never happen.
Yeah. No, I would not dare to put more than 2 of those in the bags that we get here. So, yeah, it sounds like it's the same thing. They're decent quality.
Well, that's the kind of bags we used to have.
Money.
And then they took those away. Because they were not environmentally,
was that a
friendly
law or something? Is that why they had to start? Was there like a law passed that they had to charge per bag or something?
There was a law passed that they had to charge per bag. It was 5 cents per bag. And then eventually they weren't allowed to use those plastic bags at all.
No. Hey.
They could only do paper bags, or you could bring your own cloth bags. And then when they started doing paper bags, you had to pay like 10 cents for the paper bag. And now they have these new plastic bags, which are just heavier duty plastic bags that are the same exact type. Like, they're the same size as those flimsy bags, but they're just much more sturdy. And it's like, what are we supposed to do with them? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's nice for like us because again, we don't do it with them every time we go to the store, but we, they're nice to save and bring back and shit. But yeah,
well, imagine how much longer these like heavy duty bags are going to take to break down in the fucking dump.
Yeah.
So the other ones were
like
a problem. Now these ones are not a problem, but they're going to sit there for 5,000 times longer. I mean,
right? Yeah. Plastic. What's that? Fucking plastic bags. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, right? Now, unless maybe they're made of some kind of shit that breaks down way faster. Maybe. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Little fucker. Quit it.
They're like twice as thick,
get enough
3
attention
times
every
as
other
thick,
day.
but they're the same material as those ones that are flimsy.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be any different. It just seems sturdier than the ones that we get
it's the
for free
exact same
here.
material. It's just 3 or 4 times as thick, so it's way more durable.
Calm down. Go play with your toys. He's getting way fucking antsy. Fucking dog.
No, antsy. I don't know what that means. Or how that is necessarily a bad or good thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Cabin fever kind of a situation, I think.
That's a little more descriptive.
Where he's just like, all right, I'm not getting the attention I'm normally getting. Because I'm normally, like, literally playing with him constantly when I'm babysitting him, puppy sitting him. So the fact that I'm not paying as much attention to him, it's like getting to him. And again, all right, I'm going to get attention as long as, because he does it just not this much, but he'll grab some shit he knows he's not supposed to have, just so he gets fucking paid attention to. You know what I mean?
He's fucking with you.
Yeah. Well, he wants attention, and if he does something like that, he knows he'll get shushed, but he's going to get paid attention to. You know what I mean? Like, he knows there's no real negative consequence to it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm beating him or even fucking giving him a bop on the nose or anything. Get out of there. Leave it. No bite, no eat. I'll kick your ass, puppy. You're being a pain. Can I pee?
Oh, man.
Oh, no, he didn't pee. Okay.
So much fucking stuff to go through. I just have all this shit on these shelves. It's been here for like years. And I'm looking at it now and I'm just like, I'm never going to use. Why do I still have this? I got to get fucking, I'm just throwing away everything.
I'm down. Watch him, okay? All right. Oh, shit. Have you ever heard of the Natalia Grace? That little fucking midget bitch from, I think she was from Ukraine.
Not offhand. Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I'll try to get this through as quick as I can. They did a story on, I forget what channel, but whatever. Some channel did like a whole series on her. She was on Dr. Phil a while back. Okay, anyways, she's this, again, a dwarf, Ukrainian, from Ukraine. And basically, like, came over. There's a fucking family that, for some reason, they gave him like a 24-hour, like, you got to adopt her within 24 hours or else you can't adopt her or whatever. So this family adopts her. They get her home. And then basically, that family claims that, like, when they went to give her a bath the first time, she's supposed to be 6 years old. She's like, yeah, I went to give her a bath, and she had pubic hair, and she had been on her period. And so basically, it's the charge is that she was claiming to be 6 when she was like, at least teenager or older, like fucking probably an actual adult.
Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it's a weird one because it seems like everybody involved are just shitty people. Like the fucking dwarf chick's a little evil. She's probably fucking has some kind of, personality disorder. The parents that had adopted her seem pretty awful. That first adopted her, because then another family adopted her, and they seem pretty fucking awful, and they seem like they're fucking, attention whore type people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like dwarf bitch was probably lying about her age. The family that had her is probably lying about at least some of the shit. And then the new family, kind of the same thing. Like, it's really fucking just a bunch of shitty people. So it's hard to tell what's actually true. You know what I mean? When everybody's be full of shit.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
like
crazy.
yeah, because like the first family that ended up giving her up, or basically they actually went to court and they're like, "There's no way," because they took her to like doctors because she had issues with her legs and other shit. And I think the doctor was like, "Yeah, she's not 6 years. She's way older than that. Like she's probably an adult or whatever."
She's probably a fucking adult.
So then they like go to court and they get her like legally declared to be 22. I think because they were like, well, okay, let's say put it at 18, and then you've had her for 4 years. Okay, she's 22 now, legally. So then they like set her up in this apartment because they just wanted her out. Because there's some creepy shit. Like they're literally filming her, and the dwarf is like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm thinking about hurting people, and then like he's like, all right, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I want to do it. So again, incredibly fucking creepy to hear from a kid that's supposed to be 6 and a fucking dwarf or whatever. And they also alleged that they would find her like standing at the foot of their bed with a fucking knife and shit like that. Which I don't know. It seems like that would be a like get the fuck out now kind of thing. Yeah. It seems like you get her like committed somewhere if that's the case. If she's a kid, or even if not, really.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think that would be even more of a like, let's have her committed somewhere.
Oh, sorry.
That's so adorable. I found some pictures of fucking me from way back. Jesus.
Not getting that. All right. So anyways, kind of the reason I had that popped into my head is because I had made a comment because they were on with Dr. Phil, like the second family that adopted her and that she's been with for like, I don't know, had been at that point like with her for like 7 years, and they were talking about the whole period thing, and then the new mom or whatever was like, she's never had a period the entire time she's been with us, the 7 years she's been with us. And I'm like, that would be, because again, there's such a thing as precocious menstruation or whatever. Like sometimes that can happen, like as early as 6 years old or whatever. So that is, can happen. But then I'm thinking, okay, like if she was 6, she was with them for 4 years, that puts her at 10. She's been with you for 7, so she's 17. And you're telling me that entire period from 10 to 17, she never had a period? Like, that seems like bullshit, too. That's a little fucking
weird, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, just everybody in the story seems to be a bunch of lying scumbags. So it's really hard to tell who the fuck is telling
who's the worst?
Yeah, well, it's just hard to tell what's real and what's bullshit, because it all seems like bullshit. Like, again, the dwarf chick seems pretty fucking crazy. The first set of parents seems crazy. The second set just seemed more attention hoary than crazy, I guess. But yeah, there's no good people in the story, essentially.
Yeah, it sounds like you deal with a bunch of scumbags.
Oh yeah, and then like the first apartment they had gotten for her, the apartment complex literally refused to renew the lease because she was creeping everybody out. And the neighborhood was like stalking everybody. So yeah, again, everybody, including the little fucking dwarf bitch, just seems fucking totally fucked up. But anyways, I don't know. I just sorry. Somebody had liked one of the comments, that comment that I'd made, because I was talking about that. I'm like, okay, it's even stranger. Like, it would be strange for her to have a period at 6, absolutely. It would be even stranger for her to make it to 17 without having a period ever. So, who fucking knows what's true?
Yeah, that would be really fucking
And I kind
of
pointed that out. I'm like, this bitch just claimed that, she's 17 and never had a period. That's weird, too. So, sorry, that's why I brought that up.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Weird fucking...
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, well, they're doing like a whole fucking thing. I didn't watch the show. I forget which channel it's on, but it's called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. So it kind of rhymes or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I forget which channel. But yeah, there was like a six episode little fucking arc or whatever, and then there was some sort of cliffhanger about some accusation against the first dad or something, but they don't specify at all what it might be. And they're like, all right, so
well,
it's a
I think
cliffhanger.
we all know
There's
what
going to
it
be a
is.
season
Come
2.
on. If they're accusing the
Most
dad
likely.
of something, we all know what they're accusing him of.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, most likely. But yeah, so they're doing like a cliffhanger thing, and they're like, okay, we're going to have a season 2. Stay tuned, everybody.
Oh, there's a fucking crazy documentary I saw about Texas called How to Create a Sex Scandal. Right? And it's like 3 episodes long documentary, like 3 hours, 3 separate episodes, I think, or 4 maybe. But it's fucking engaging. Like you'll absolutely lose your fucking mind. So it starts off, and you're getting to hear this story from this little old lady, or not this little. She's not little. She's an old lady. She's kind of like, in her like 70s. It looks like maybe 60s or 70s. And she was a foster parent with her husband for like 20 years, and they raised all these different families, and they decided to get out of Vacaville, California, and move to Texas. So they moved to this little tiny town in Texas. It's super fucking... Of all the counties in Texas, it is the most conservative law and order county in the state.
Oh, wow.
So they're in a little town in this crazy, over-the-top conservative area.
Yeah, and they're fucking transplants from California?
Oh, this all gets way crazier.
Yeah,
transplants from California.
Fucking...
And
yeah,
so,
that sounds like a weird, I don't know, some kind of weird sitcom somebody would
start
watch.
Up, yeah.
What happens when these wacky Californians go to the most conservative place in Texas.
Then they tell you, without explaining any sort of relation between her and this club, they tell you about this swingers club that was started in that community. And then they just have random people commenting on it from the community, and everybody's like, it was fucking awful. We can't believe that would be in our town. That shouldn't be in our town. Make them go out to the countryside where they're not hurting anybody. Blah, blah, blah. We're good Christians. And so this swingers club got thrown out of town, essentially. Like, they didn't get legally forced out, but the town was just so hostile to them that they were forced to shut down.
Yeah.
Take it somewhere else.
Yeah. Just became too much of a pain in the ass.
So then this lady goes, and her and her husband decide, we're going to adopt some more foster kids. So they get 3 more foster kids, and they're all related. They're all 3 from the same parents. They're brothers and sisters, two girls and a boy. And the mom's like a junkie, and that's why they got her. The dad's not in the picture, or that's why they got the kids. So then they're like, we're living in this nice lake house. We got these 3 kids. We could get more kids. Let's start a program in town. We're going to go in and buy a property in town. Well, and they just decided to go buy the fucking swingers club property. Right? So she takes the fucking kids with her and goes to where the swingers club was. And I'm giving you the benefit of, like, this is all, like, revealed after the fact where you put the things together.
Right.
But she takes these kids to the fucking swingers club, and the kids are like, this is where we used to dance for money. And we went to sex kindergarten, and we'd take silly pills, and all this other crazy shit these kids suddenly start telling her, supposedly, about how they were, like, abused at the swingers club.
Come on.
And, so she goes and tells the police. The police are like, this is ridiculous. We're not doing anything.
Not bad.
She doesn't take no for an answer. She goes to, finds a Texas Ranger who's willing to take the case from the next county over, even though the Texas Rangers don't do anything with child abuse. Like, that's not what they do.
Wow.
This guy decided to get involved anyway. And so he interviews all 3 of the kids with her in the room.
Oh, wow.
And you can tell she's basically, like, putting it in their heads, and he's getting the answers he wants.
Get out of there.
And so they basically accuse the parents of the kids, their a couple of their friends,
up here,
and their aunt, or no, their grandparents, and then their aunt. The kid's aunt is the same age as them because the grandparents had a late baby. So they end up questioning that girl as well, and for no appreciable reason, she was in the room with that girl too, even though she wasn't like a guardian or a legal authority or had any reason to be in the room with this other girl. But this other girl gets in on making the same accusations because she's, priming the kid and everything. So she basically primed all these kids to testify to all sorts of shit that never happened. Like, got them to... Because usually questioned these kids for hours and hours on end, like 4 or 5, 6 hours, and they're all like 7 and 8. Jesus, like 7 to 10 years old, I think, is the age spread or something like that. They're not old enough for that. And she's she's the authority figure in 3 of their lives. And then she has the sway over the 4th one of like, hey, they think of themselves as siblings even though they're like aunt and nephews and nieces and whatever, because they're all the same age range.
Right.
But they have all her family members to say the same stuff. And so 2 of the kids now have like recanted, but all the parents went to prison, the grandparents.
Wow.
One of the guys ended up dying in prison, unfortunately. Like, he never got out. He was never released. Most of the people were released way early because, like, lawyers got... More and more lawyers were getting involved because they were like, this is fucking insane. Like, they didn't even get a fair trial. They were mentioning other... one of the things you can't do in a trial is mention a related trial and how it's gone. You can't be like, well, we accused the husband and the wife of child molestation. Husband's already in prison. Clearly, she must be guilty too. You can't do that. You can't bring up the other trial. That's unconstitutional in the extreme. So, but they were doing that shit in the trial, and the judge was allowing it and shit. Just fucking crazy kangaroo court nonsense. And it's just the craziest fucking story. And it's like, 2 of the kids have recanted. 2 of the kids didn't. And then you find out towards the end of it starts going into how fucking abusive this woman and her husband were to all the kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
So, like, some lady saw them on TV.
Are still in jail over it.
Well, here's the crazy thing, and this is the part where, like, I have to wonder how none of the police started to go, what the fuck? Was a lady from California saw them on TV and was like, hey, those are the foster parents. The dad abused me sexually and the mom called me a whore for doing it. Like, and so she calls up and files a complaint with the fucking police in California, and the police in California go and fucking arrest her. Unfortunately, they got off on the charges because there was no physical evidence. It's just her word, which is not enough to normally... Well, outside of Texas in a kangaroo court, it's not normally enough to put you in jail.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it was just like... fucking unbelievable. But here's the best part about this thing with the chick, right? So she calls from California. She gets them arrested. Suddenly, all the girls... remember that lady's husband as one of the people from the sex club and start to cry describing a man with tattoos. Fortunately, because, they didn't actually see him there and it was all made up. They got the tattoos wrong and he was fine. He never even went to court. But, like, it was one of those things where, like, why are you not really suspicious right now? Because... what are the fucking odds that this random girl who was molested by her foster parents and is making this complaint would be married to somebody from the fucking sex club in Texas?
Yeah, that's...
that they're specifically going after and claiming was having a bunch of fucking underage, like, little kids stripping and that kind of shit.
Over there. Yeah, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, and there's still somebody that's still in jail from this bitch's fucked up complaints?
He ended up dying in prison. He died before he could get released, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
But he was
Oh,
he was
okay,
totally
alright.
fucking
That's fucked up too, but
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, apparently
Got
Trump just got
railroaded.
indicted over his perfectly legal handling of
Oh wow.
documents.
They're
Yeah.
actually doing it, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So they're just determined to make Trump a more sympathetic figure?
Well, yeah, I
They're
mean, the
obviously
case isn't going to go anywhere.
fucking-
There's no legal grounds whatsoever to go after him, so, like, that's definitely...
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, I
gonna
assume
work
they're
out.
thinking that, yeah. No, stop it. Hey. Damn you, dog. I assume they think that by having him, like, tied up, having to, like, defend himself, even though it's bullshit, is going to keep him off the campaign trail or something?
No, he's got way too good
and
lawyers
I
for
don't-
that to make sense. But yeah, I can see them thinking that.
Yeah, you never know, but I can't imagine what else they're thinking. And again, nowadays that shit doesn't matter. That, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter nearly as much as it used to.
Well, Biden did the
Come on.
same shit when he was
Come
vice
on.
president, and they didn't do anything to him.
Yeah, and he didn't actually have the fucking. Yeah, he wasn't the actual president, right? He did not have the authority to do what he did.
No, he was the vice
Ridiculous
president.
shit, right?
Yeah, no, did not have that authority. So in his case, it was actually a crime.
Yeah. Well, even Pence, right?
Yeah.
They decided not to go after Pence for doing the same shit because he's part of the fucking globalist bullshit.
Yep. Crazy
Yeah,
shit.
it's pretty obviously some fucking bullshit, man. I
Yeah,
really
it's pretty
didn't think they were
disturbing.
dumb enough to go through with it, man. Because yeah.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
not
again,
going
you're
to
not
end
gonna-
well. Like this is how civil wars start.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to affect the people that already love Trump or already had the TDS shit. All you're going to do is make them more sympathetic to the undecided people.
Yeah, the undecided people are going to
So,
be
yeah.
like, wait, you're trying to put somebody in jail for running for president?
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah, go back.
ridiculous.
God damn you, dog. I'm
Yeah.
not playing with you, fucker. You got too much
It's like
shit
all
in your
that
fur
stuff
now.
about
Come on.
him paying off the lady to
side.
be quiet or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but it's
Oh,
not
that's
illegal.
Stormy
Like, it's
Daniels.
not illegal to pay somebody hush money. It's gross
Yeah.
that you
Well, I
have
think
to.
they're trying to say that wasn't it something like classifying it as some whatever expense was illegal or something, but it's not. It's actually not or something.
Oh,
some
so
weird
they
shit
were
like that,
trying.
right?
I don't know if it's gonna hold, but essentially they were saying that basically taking it out of the wrong account and claiming it as a political expense is illegal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's mislabeling of funds or whatever,
Yeah, misappropriation. funds
misappropriation or something. But it's not really like that's not something that you go after people for. Like it's one of the things where you like go
Yeah.
naughty,
unless
naughty,
it's,
fix your books.
politically motivated. Yeah.
Well, it's just generally
The
it's
only
not
time you go
it's
after
not the
anybody
kind of
for
crime you would put somebody in jail over or even have a trial.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because again, obviously there's actually similar. Well, not for that
And
one, but
technically,
there's going on
paying somebody
now.
hush money could be considered part of your campaign for
Stay out of there.
running for office
What?
anyway. So it would be a campaign expense. And it's not illegal to pay somebody hush money.
Yeah, you can say it's on. But,
Now, murdering all the
Not
people that
illegal.
have ever fucking questioned anything, like fucking the Clintons, that's pretty illegal.
yeah. The Clinton Foundation is pretty obviously really fucking corrupt, and it's probably not paying any money out to anyone.
No, they're fucking
But
insane.
no. Like you said, the shit against Biden and Pence technically would be legally actionable. Trump's isn't, and those two are getting nothing.
Well, and then I mean,
no
there was that stuff
consequences.
about fucking what's her face, Hillary stuff. Oh no, that's a first.
Yeah.
I was.
I remember that. Yeah, the whole. They're like, well, yeah, no, she did it, but I don't think that was her intent. And well, the law doesn't, intent doesn't matter, but they still didn't prosecute on that ground, on those grounds, where intent has no fucking bearing charges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's one of those things that's really frustrating. I got my fucking grips, yay! Oh, these are way sturdier than I thought they would be. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice.
Nice.
And I got 2 of them, so I can put one in my mom's car and one in mine.
Yeah, right on.
Because we're the 2 people that pick up groceries on a regular basis, and if you got like 20 fucking bags of little shit that's all super light, it's kind of nice to be able to carry it really easily.
Yeah, without it digging into your fucking forearms and yeah, I hear you.
And I got my sugar-free candy. I don't know if I told you, but I'm getting rid of sugar. I'm not doing sugar anymore.
Yeah. Is it the keto type shit where you can't eat more than like 2 or you're going to have the shits for a week?
No. I specifically looked for candy that didn't have... this is erythritol and xylitol. It doesn't have the stuff like maltitol or like whatever, like the other ones that make you shit your pants all the time. It doesn't have any of that stuff in it. And I don't eat hard candy very often, so it's not like I'm going to be having one of these, more than one every couple of days, maybe.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so it's not like something that's going to be super big issue or something. Like, oh no. But I am getting some of the keto ones that I got when I was on keto. But they're not, what do you call it?
Yeah, they don't have that type of shit or whatever. They don't have that stuff
in it either. Yeah, I made sure to stay the fuck as far away from that as I could, because I don't want to have diarrhea every time I have a fucking piece of candy.
Yeah, just because you ate 2.5 pieces of candy or something. Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. And there's also a bunch of candy bars and stuff that I know I can get that have, similar things that are nice. Nice. And, but I'm gonna figure, cause I gotta lose some fucking weight. I'm too big. I gotta fucking cut on the calories. So I figured sugar first, and then once I'm good with the sugar after a month, I'm gonna then I'll start worrying about calories as well. Being super strict on like no more than 2,000 calories a day or 1,500 a day or whatever it takes to lose the weight.
I hear you.
But I'm almost done with the 3rd week of sugar, and it's amazing how for the 1st week it was like quitting smoking.
Yeah, kind of irritable and a little bit.
Well, you just constantly, your brain is like, hey, it'd be really good. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck you, brain. And then 10 minutes later, Oreos aren't that bad. You're like, fuck you, brain.
Yeah, apparently Nutella is part of a balanced, nutritious breakfast. That's what they say.
So when I say cutting sugar out, I'm only cutting out dessert kind of things, so like candy, ice cream, cake, pie, pudding, all that kind of shit. I'm not eating Nutella just because that is basically just pure sugar. But it's just so impossible to cut it entirely out because it's in every fucking thing. It's in your bread, it's in your fucking cereal. Even when you're buying Cheerios or something, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, the stuff that isn't even tastes that sugary. Cheerios, Rice Krispies, even that's got kind of a lot of sugar in it.
Well, I mean, look at Raisin Bran. They fucking dip the fucking sugar.
Yeah, they sugar the raisins.
Yeah, they add raisin glaze. Sugar glaze the raisins. It's I don't know why you would do that, but all right.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, dude. Yeah, no, raisins aren't sweet enough. Fucking coat them in sugar.
So seriously, that's why when I eat Raisin Bran, I have a box of bran flakes, and then I just pour
Yeah.
sun-made raisins on top and mix it in
Yeah, the unsweetened raisins. Yeah.
because
Because
they're
they're already
sweet
pretty
enough
fucking
already.
sweet. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's a big thing I do. Man. Yeah, I think by the time I'm done getting rid of stuff that I just had sitting on shelves, I should be able to get rid of two or three of the sets of shelves that I have now.
Nice.
And then hopefully I can get rid of one of the tables.
Oh, come on.
And then
Sorry,
downsize
I'm
my
trying
bed.
to talk so you can't hear me when I'm talking to the dog, but he's being fucking annoying too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to, there's a bunch of shit around the room, like tiny shit that he can like grab and chew. And he absolutely does it just to fucking get attention.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I beat, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if I was beating him for doing it, he probably wouldn't. But it's basically like, yeah, I know if I do this, he's going to fucking interact with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he's a golden retriever, dude. He needs fucking constant attention. Like, it's
Well, he's used to constant
like I said,
attention.
I
He
think
doesn't need
their
constant
hierarchy.
attention. He needs
Yeah,
workouts on a regular basis, and he needs stuff to do. But
yeah. He needs to expend the energy.
if he's used to getting
somehow,
constant
yeah.
attention, when you don't give him constant attention, it's going to be bad. You gotta
Yeah.
either like
Yeah, no, I
always
try
give
to
him
do it
constant
'cause-
attention, or start working him, maybe weaning him off of quite so much.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's the thing that kind of sucks this time of year because he was struggling when it would be like 75 degrees, 80
Oh, I'm sure it's
degrees.
hot as fucking Nevada. Yeah,
Yeah, now it's fucking mid to high
Arizona.
90s. So I don't like to do I
You're
try
not
not
taking
to
him
have
out
him
on the
out,
walks
at
and
least not
stuff.
in the direct sunlight. Yeah, because at first I was taking him out in the desert and shit because it was in the 60s, low 70s, whatever. Yeah, but now so I at least like. Because yeah, like I'll take him out in our side yard here, and that's a decent little stretch that he can, he'll start fucking running around for absolutely no reason just because he has enough room to do it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't like to have him do it too much. Get out of there.
Well, they are
That's your
working
dog.
breeds. They do need regular workouts.
Yeah.
We
And
had
I'll
a
usually
husky.
end
It
up
was the same
taking
thing.
him.
If you get the husky anywhere where there was enough room, she was just gonna fucking start running for a while.
Yeah, and I always almost every day I take him to the fucking park for at least 45 minutes or so to an hour.
Oh, that's
Just
nice.
so because again, yeah, he goes around sniff shit because yeah, you give him a spot where he can go around and investigate smells and all that shit. That's really good for him too, even if they're not actually like running. It's at least mentally stimulating for him. Yeah, so and he absolutely loves that fucking this one park. In fact, he seems to uh, save his shits for that park. It's fucking funny, dude.
Oh, he
It's
always poops
annoying,
there.
but it's funny. Yeah, because he will shit at minimum 2 times within like a half an hour, and he's done it as many as like 4 times in under an hour. And like the last 2 are tiny little amounts of shit that he's basically just fucking forcing out because he wants to
Oh,
shit
because he
everywhere
wants
in
to
the park.
mark it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So but anyways, it's good for him. But it is funny because literally, dude, I'll be like, all right, you gotta go caca, or whatever. He'll shit like usually when he first gets here, and when I get him back here at like 12 to 1 or whenever the fuck it is, and then he will not shit again until he
He's at
knows
the
he's
park.
not going to the park that day. Yeah, either he's at the park or he knows he's not going to the park that day.
It's late enough that
Then
he
he'll-
knows
then
it's
he'll
over.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
So yeah, it's
Before
funny.
we-
Like again, doing it, it's fucking annoying because I actually clean up my dog's shit. I'm like almost everybody else.
Yeah, that is fucking obnoxious.
so,
I
yeah.
hate people that leave the dog shit where it is in public parks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, and it depends. Like,
And I used to have
there's,
dogs and take them to public parks, and I had to pick up their poop in a bag, and it was gross, and I didn't like doing it.
Yeah, no, I hate it, dude.
But
Yeah,
it's got to get done.
That's what I use the grocery bags for. By the way, they fucking
perfect. Yeah, it's a great use for them.
grocery bag. Yeah. Although again, you have to be very careful
a
with
lot
them.
of van lifers. That'll be the most exterior bag for when they poop.
Oh wow.
Because
Yeah,
then so like they'll poop in one bag, like one trash bag, like the tall kitchen bags with no fucking top. It's just an open top. What they'll do is they'll usually poop in one of those in a bucket, right? Throw in a little cat litter to make sure that any sort of like liquid is getting soaked up. Tie off the top, stick that in a Ziploc bag, and stick that in a fucking plastic trash bag like those. Get a couple of those Ziploc bags full of poop in there, and then they throw the whole thing away. Because it's in a shopping bag and it's less suspicious. People don't freak out.
Yeah.
Because for some reason people think
it's
like they're worried about you throwing your poop away for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like you throw babies' diapers away.
Most
it's not like it's not like it's not normal.
If that's your mindset. Yeah, most people are not going to assume it's shit. And they might assume it's trash, maybe even like old thing, but they're definitely not going to assume it's shit.
Which is even then is a weird thing to be concerned about throwing away. So, oh man, Samaj, you came in at the very end. Like literally, it is like 6:06 right now. Like it is just about time.
Well, you owe me at least another hour because I just got here. So now I'm joking. It's okay. You do that. I pop in, say hi, see how things are going. I just finished watching the new Transformer movie.
The new Transformer movie's out. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
I mean, I can't lie. It's very, very.
I'm not going to go pay for it. I'm going to watch it on a pirate site. So it's not like I'm going to pay them any money.
Probably for the best. Let me tell you, I'm not going to spoil too much on this, but the pedigree of this movie is that it's had 5 different lead writers, and it shows.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well,
that kind of makes me want to watch it more because I know it's going to be horrible.
Well, like for me, it's really bad because I'm a huge. I grew up in the '90s, so I'm a huge.
I love the Transformers. Are you kidding? I had them when I was a kid. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you were I was a '90s kid, so my big thing was Beast Wars. So give me the gorilla and all that stuff. Like that's what I fucking love.
Mine was the originals because I was born in '80. So late '80s, early '90s. I wasn't too far behind you, but I was like all about those originals with like the fucking, Optimus Prime turns into the truck and Bumblebee turns into the car and Starscream is a jet.
Yeah, see, I'm not spoiling anything because it was revealed in the trailers, but Unicron's in this movie, and a lot of people were like, "Why is Unicron in this movie? Why even bother with that? Because it shouldn't be like later on." And to me, it makes a whole lot of sense because when I was a kid, I grew up watching Beast Wars, and at the end of the first season, there's a Unicron reference there, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" He's in the movie. So then, like most kids. Because back then, the Transformers movie was actually hard to come across because we all love Beast Wars. And so we went out to go get the movie. So we find out who the hell this Unicron guy is. But yeah, my thing is I didn't really grow up with the original. I saw the movie. So it's like, this is like everything about that era. Yeah, you get your Beast Wars and you get your Unicron. With that said, though, this movie as a whole, oh my God. It's very much a meh movie. Just
all right. That's about what I figured.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone's doing the best they can, but I don't know. Hasbro just needs to stop shitting the bed. God damn it, old man.
Yeah, some things just don't need to be brought back. Like, they were good at the time, and it's, better to let them lay in history.
Well, I think, when you don't have a vision for where you want things to go, it's always going to be a shit show. It's like, don't make the movie if you don't got someone with a vision to make it work. Otherwise, you get too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's just very meh.
Well, I don't know. They just bounced all over the place. They didn't really tell a cohesive story between all the movies. It just kind of like.
Well, to be fair on that part, like by Transformers 2, I think there was a writer's strike, and so then Michael Bay just started but they were already filming the movie, so they just sort of thought, fuck it, we don't need writers, and so he just And that movie made an insane amount of money, and so they just kept making more because he thought, I don't need writers, I'm perfectly fine. That's when everything started going downhill. Like that,
Not surprising.
what was that last one? It was like The Last Night or something. Holy shit, that was a terrible movie.
Just didn't make any sense. None of it made any goddamn sense.
No, I don't know. And it was weird. It's like Michael Bay wasn't even involved in this for the most part. He just came in at the last minute and said, okay, I'm taking over. And they just sort of let him do whatever. And oh my God, I don't know why everything was going the way it did.
Oh, somebody liked our video.
That would be me.
Ah, okay.
Oh, someone other than me, I guess. I don't know. Should I leave a comment too?
I mean, sure.
Hey.
Oh, did they try to take off?
Oh, well, okay. It's time to end anyway, so.
Yeah, it's time to roll.
Yeah, time to take care. Rabble.
Rabble. Nice for anybody that stopped by. Nobody stopped by, but thanks anyway.
Take care.
All right, later, man.
All right.
I gotta get some fucking food.